Oh, it's going. It's going. Cool. Alright, this is Sarah, and it's Friday. It's a French Toast Friday, and Mark is off. He's here with me in the lab working on his own project, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's at his bench soldering. And I am working on assembling a new board of mine that's going to go on my Tindy store soon, but this is going to be the first, I guess, like test prototype to see if it even does what I want it to. And to show you what I'm talking about, that is this guy right here. This is a 12-segment display, and what makes it special and unique from all other 12-segment displays is that it's the same one that's, oh god, it's in this guy's face right here. Hope you guys noticed my toaster. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, I don't have my chat open, do I? I'm a bad raptor. Oh, let me fix that real quick.
Look.
I usually wait a couple minutes until people start
You're the self.
showing up anyway. Pop out chat. Let's put that right there.
I want my money back.
I will break your face, Mark. Noodle says he's gonna taste your face.
Taste the face.
Taste the face. Oh well, so here's my bench view. There's one of the things I'm talking about. Yeah? And oh. I'm gonna fix this right now. Right now. Oh, and the chat is here. All better. Alright, guys. Hey, Vigray. Hey, call me Zelda one more time. Yeah, I'll call you Zelda one more time. Hi. So, today I'm soldering up, as I said, one of these guys. Just came in the mail, hot, last night in a big old bushel of stuff. Mark got one of his boards in the mail that he's going to eventually stream putting together also, but for now I'm doing mine, because it's mine. And these are going to be available in a bunch of different colors. I put a poll up on Twitter earlier this afternoon asking you guys what color you want to see me assemble right now, and the popular vote was that I assemble it with orange LEDs. For some reason, everyone was like, yeah, orange, woo, which are the same ones that, again, toaster over there, right here. Same color orange. I think they're probably the exact same order line of orange LEDs that I got back when I made him, like, a few years ago. Let's see. Hey, Alex. Hey, guys. I'll wait a couple of minutes, and then I'll begin, but while I'm waiting, I'm gonna get my stuff all compiled and ready to go. How's my audio looking? I'm gonna check that real quick. Alright, I'm gonna use the webcam audio, because that seems to be slightly better than my laptop. I just need to remember not to talk too loud so I don't clip. And yeah, so my goal for the day is to get this thing assembled and tested before like French Toast Friday begins, which is in an hour and a half roughly, because that's when everyone gets off work at 5, and they usually start showing up around 5:30 my time. And I know that once Matt gets here, or Tony if he's coming, everyone's gonna want to have beers and chill, and I want to have this working so I can show it off and be like, I'm a nerd, look at my eyes, they blink and stuff. And I think one of the things that I had already decided on when I did the poll, I think for the poll I had, what was it, orange, yellow, and green were the LEDs colors that I had everyone kind of... Never mind. In my mind, I kind of had this bet going that if orange was the popular color, I would give the eyes as a gift to my friend Matt, who's coming over later on today. If yellow happened to be the popular vote, then they were going to go to Mark, and he was going to put them on his new printer. And if the popular vote was green, then I was going to give them to Tony. Since orange was picked, then given that I finish these before he arrives, I'm then going to gift them to Matt. So he doesn't know this. He has no way of knowing this, because he I don't think he watches my stream or does Twitter or anything, so in the occasion that he shows up while I'm streaming, you can probably see this whole exchange take place. It'll be like here, eyes. And I'll make him pick what appliance he's going to like stick them on. So to explain again, the reason why I'm putting these on my store or selling them or whatever, this is going to be my next instructable sort of thing, or instruction weekend project blog post that I'm writing. If you buy a pair of these off of my Tindy, then I'm going to provide instructions how you can 3D print these special lenses. I actually have one right here. What's this guy? You can't see it there, it looks like a solid chunk, but if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see through it like that, right? It's a lens, and this fits right on top of the board, and the light shows through, and it looks like an actual 12 segment display, kind of like Toaster's eyes right there. So you'll be able to print these. Take your like already assembled Eye of Toast board in whichever color you choose, and I'm going to walk you through how to install them on one of your household appliances to give it a soul, or at least the ability to express itself emotionally. And you'll be able to write your own, I guess, emotions. You can program your own like expressions and animations, and how often it blinks or looks around or does whatever or looks suspicious. So you too can program emotions for your appliance. Or you can just use the ones that come pre-installed on the board, which are basically what a Toaster is doing here on his own. Or, yeah, right there. He's just kind of looking around and blinking. The other optional thing that you can install on this board is a momentary switch. So he has a limit switch underneath his little arm thing, his little teapot arm that Toasters have that you press down, and every time you push that down, it switches through all of his different expressions on the eyes. So you can either like leave it like that, or if you feel, again, so inclined, you can script your own animation. But anyhow, I'm going to at least get a pair of these working or soldered up today so you can see what they look like. They're not very complicated, it's just like a brain and then the appropriate lights. And by lights I mean LEDs. And these are 0805 LEDs. They're a little bit bigger than the ones that I've been soldering on the bulbous board. Not that that matters, but it'll be easier for me, and that makes me happy because I get to look less silly on camera. By Grace says you gotta cheer for the underdog. Not enough electronics with orange LEDs. Is that true? Like, is that kind of an unpopular color? Is this even? I'm trying to open the wrong hole. I was hoping to find red, but I guess in our stash of what we already have kind of accumulated, there are no red LEDs, unfortunately. Ooh, is this gonna be enough? Where's my roll? What does this mean? We can now put eyes on every appliance we have? Yes, Alex, that is exactly the reason. I'm trying to encourage that we empathize with our inanimate technology stuff that we interact with daily, and this is a very, very blunt, silly way of enabling such interaction. I think if you put eyes on it, if you put eyes on something, it automatically kind of becomes it has personhood, I guess. Right, Mark?
Yes.
It's like those people who put googly eyes on everything, or the people who, what is it? They do those animations of like inanimate things doing stuff, and they put like the wiggly noodle arms and the eyes and like facial expressions on them, and it automatically makes the animation look like that thing is living. You know what I'm talking about, right? Maybe. Alright. I'm gonna need like all of these, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, do I have like a little cup? Do you happen to have a lid on hand?
Lid?
Yeah.
A lid of what?
Oh, I don't know.
Like something to put parts inside of?
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I have a Wrangler.
You have a Wrangler?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, I put them in a little containment field. You guys can't see it. Oh. Oh. I'm not gonna move it around. They're inside of in the middle of a roll of tape. A tiny roll of tape. Some of that paper tape stuff. Oh, can I borrow your tweezers?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't have tweezers. Can you believe that?
There's good sources of cheap SMT tweezers.
I need to get them. Ooh, purple or get the fuck out. Green is useful color and yellow is common enough. Purple or... Yeah, I agree. The UV LEDs are super nice, but they're like super... I mean, I was provided that one source on Ally to get like a reel of 100 for like $9, and I totally need to do that. But until I have it and I do actually place the order, in my mind, they're still like the most expensive, unnecessarily like not cheap LEDs ever. Oh, did I turn on my... No, I didn't. Well, while that warms up, I'm gonna get my stuff positioned here. So I've got a nice little like offering in this roll of tape that's off camera, that's all ready to go, holding some of the LRDs in place. They're so small. Mark, so how are you guys doing? Those of you that are in here keeping me company, like, how's your Friday going? Are you gonna celebrate? You doing any like wild, crazy nerd shit? Like, after you get off work, or after you decide you're done working, or however you do your work? I don't know. For humans is overrated. Ah, infrared LED. Visibility for human... Yes.
That would be cool.
Non-visible LEDs. They're for Noodle. Only he can see them. Not that Noodle can see IR, but, you know. That is a pretty good idea, Marcus. Hi, Thomas. Welcome back. So I guess is my Hacko plugged in? No. Good thing I checked that. Because I would have been waiting for a very long time to get heat. Now it's plugged in. I'm like, why is my soldering iron not getting hot? It needs electricity. True. So, yesterday, a few of you who were present remember I was working on playing with this tentacle thing. It's over here still. I almost got this guy to stand up erect, like, on its own. Almost. Like it's got, the same material that Noodle's feet are made out of, that dense, styrofoam stuff that you use for packing. I cut... Here, let me switch my camera back. You can see it in there, it's that white foam stuff. I took a sliver of that and jammed it down the flanks of this thing on the inside. You can kind of see it all up in there. So I pushed that filling in its shit. There you go. And it gave it enough rigidity that it behaves a little less, like, squirrely when I actuate and pull on the tendons, but it doesn't really... you can't stand up straight anymore. So, like, it does curl either in one direction if I pull on one tendon, or the other. Meh. It's... Ooh, don't launch the tiny bits! It's not quite... it's not what I need. So here's what I learned having done what I did yesterday. I now know that this needs to have some passive element holding it straight. I'm thinking of using not the tension spring, but the compression type spring to give my whatever a solid, neutral, passive, upright state, and then the tendons will just be responsible for curling it in the, no mother. Curling it in the respective direction. The other thing that I noted having done this yesterday is that this thing can't twist a whole lot. I think even, maybe this wouldn't, even with the tendons running down this thing's flanks, it can still twist on the z-axis quite a bit, and that causes it to not bend in one specific direction, but kind of twist like a elephant's trunk. So whatever my stock ends up being, it needs to not be able to kind of rotate vertically like this thing does. I'm like strangling this thing. So though this looks really nice, and the vertebrae do rock on top of one another nicely, it's probably a little too loosey-goosey for what I'm going for. What? Hello? I think I accidentally accepted that call. Robot is watching in the background. Yes. My toaster. I always keep pointing in the wrong direction. It's not over there. It's over here. But yeah, I'm making his eyes for those of you who just tuned in. But anyhow, my I can smell that my soldering iron is heated up. Hopefully my mom's not angry at me from being like, "Not now, Mom." Okay, so I'm gonna have to juice up my pads. So I'm gonna turn the camera back down to what I'm actually going to be working on, which I guess is this guy first. And the lighting seems to be pretty decent, so I'm not gonna turn on the auxiliary lamp at this point in time. Doing workshops with students. That's not a boring weekend. That sounds plenty exciting. Your webcam probably would pick up the IR every once in a while. Yeah, you're right, Vigray. Today is Modify All the Servos Day for me. Ooh, Thomas Morris says he's modifying all the servos. In what way? Like, are you actually opening them up and, like, tweaking their innards? Because that sounds like fun surgery, actually. I think we're going to end up having to do that in the near future for our Delta robots. But yeah. Nerdy, like, student workshop sounds actually pretty cool, Marcus. I miss teaching. So does Mark. My mom's probably like, what the fuck just happened? I'm not quite sure if she was talking to me or not. Okay. So I said I need to juice my pads first. So I'm gonna do that. The pads will be juiced. Oh, I needed to plug in my damn fan. That's important. Otherwise, I'm gonna get smoked out of here in like 2 seconds. Alright. Where did it go? I like rearranged everything on my bench yesterday for what I was working on. And everything that I need got unplugged. Or everything that I need to solder got unplugged. Alright, fan is sucking. Alright. Hopefully you can't hear that too much. It's got a little bit of volume. Build 600, 3 3D printer finished another one Tuesday. 3 to go. Wow. Yay for servo hacking. Okay, so you're doing the continuous rotation hack, Thomas. I haven't done that yet to a servo. I think I should get like a merit badge at the point in time when I do continuous rotation. Cool. Hey, Hamza. Alright, back to juicing my pads. What time is it? Oh man, it's 4:20 already. Matt's gonna be here in like 2 seconds. So I'm making peanut butter bars tonight, which I've never done before, but I found a recipe that claims that the outcome is exactly like Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups. Which I'm actually quite curious to see if this is the case, because I don't remember, or I don't, not that I don't remember, when I was a kid, I remember Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup, or not Reese's Pieces, Reese's peanut butter cups tasting a lot better than they do now. Because Mark occasionally gets the big bag of like Reese's eggs or Reese's pumpkins or whatever for the holiday, and I eat them, but they don't taste as good as they used to. And I don't know if that's a matter of my adult taste buds being different, or that the ingredients they use are that much more shitty. I'm gonna bank on the fact that the ingredients are more shitty. Not sure if that's any more quiet. Alright, so Mark tells me that... What? I just came in and it already getting stuck? I lost my stuff? Oh no, what stuff did I lose? I'm covering cheap items. Oh, well, hey Alex. If you're off, then, I don't know, enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll be here making eyes. Hopefully done very quickly. Now I'm playing. Alright. I'm gonna see how fast I can do this. It's like a speed run. I know they do those, like, Spark Fun or whatever does those speed soldering contests, which I think Mark should partake in because he's like stellar, awesome solder master, but me on the other hand, I'll just be doing it for entertainment purposes. I'm not that terrible, but definitely not comfortable by any means. So I'm thinking I'm gonna offer 4 different colors on my Tindy of this board, and I've kind of got my heart set on red tungsten, since we're talking about unconventional, underrepresented LED colors, green, and blue. And I'm not quite sure. Mark said I might have problems getting the blue color of LED to work on this board. Why is that again, Mark?
Blue needs more forward voltage to even turn on. So if blues turn on at, like, let's say 2.8 or 3 volts, and because you have 2 in series, now you need 6 volts just to turn up your blue segment on. And if you're running it at 5 volts, then the segment may be extremely dim or not turn on at all, because of the way diodes work. They kind of have an avalanche effect. You'll see nothing, 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 and then they'll suddenly turn on. They hit that curve, but you have to get past that curve.
That makes sense.
At 6 volts, you'll never see.
So because of that, we're not sure if the blue color LED is a viable option for this particular board. Oh hey, my maker block. Maker block, they're going to be on my Tindy. As soon as I get this tested and the colors, get my LED shipment in from Mauser, and then write the instructions, which should all take place this weekend. I'm hoping by Monday I can submit all of the new product listings to be approved. So as soon as they're approved, I'm guessing like sometime mid next week, you can grab some of these. And I would love to see you put some on one of your, I don't know, your favorite kitchen appliance. So I think Tony, we were talking, I think last weekend, if he gets a pair, which I'm gonna give him a pair, he's gonna put eyes on his rice cooker. It looks like a marshmallow. It's like this big round, like pot thing. So it would be really cute with some eyes. Blue, LED, blue. Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get the blue to work, because I think these boards would look really nice in blue. And I'm trying to talk a little bit louder so I don't clip the audio. If I am, like if I do start clipping the mic, since it's right in front of my face, just remind me in chat and I'll whisper quietly again. Because yeah, the mic is right below my face. And if I talk, I'm just pushing the threshold into red. I don't know, how do I sound right now, guys? Maybe you can give me your input so I don't worry about it. I could switch to the laptop mic, but the laptop is over there and the fan is running, so I'm not sure if that will be better. So this board has, I think it's 24 LEDs per eye, which is 2 LEDs per segment, which is a total of 48 LEDs between the two. So it's a lot of light. And it does diffuse pretty nicely once it's behind the 3D printed diffusery bit. I think this would actually also look pretty good in a white. Ooh. This is going pretty fast. This is actually significantly easier than soldering all of the components on the bulbous board. Mark, what size components were on bulbous? It's like the 0402?
No, 0603s. 0402s are like really hard to solder.
Okay.
So 603 is probably the smallest that most people can kind of get comfortable with.
And that was like way too small for me. I was not happy.
Yeah, I did
putting
a
those things.
402 board recently, and it was
Pain in the ass. Like you can inhale that shit.
Right over that threshold of, am I willing to solder these as something I sell online? Very tedious.
Yeah, I know one thing on our the Delta Robot Brain board is that size. Remember that? Mark?
Oh wait, what?
One of the things on the Delta Robot board is that small. It's like the only component that's like dust sized.
On
the Delta Brain.
Oh, that's right. I inadvertently picked an 0402 diode to use, because in the CAD it looked normal. It looked like a 603. It turned out it was small enough, and the pads are underneath the part. It was a pain to solder. 500 boards.
Yeah.
So
500 boards.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't solder, so whenever a board didn't come up during programming, I knew it was probably the diode, and I'd just go back through a batch of them and resolder.
Like the thing that indicated what its polarity was this like it was like one atom that was like slightly matte, and it was on one side of the component versus the other. It was bullshit, because he's like, just look through the microscope and like you can tell, and I'm like, no you can't, you jerk. So this is actually fun again, because I'm not suffering. I can actually see the markings on the bottom of these little LEDs. My eyesight's not that bad yet. So I'm going to pull one of these up first. Like, I'll do the whole first board so that you can see it glow, and I'll pop it in the diffuser, just so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll do the second one real quick. But I want to get one of these at least through to fruition before 5:30 when the party starts. Right, Mark?
What?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get a thing done.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just being annoying.
I'm trying to get an email out so I can get drinking.
That's my boy. Yeah. We're making tacos, and I'm making peanut butter bars tonight. I gotta check the chat. What? You guys, I see the word floppy. What? Just send. Pro tip, adding a compressor filter in OBS helps a bunch with clipping. Ooh, how do I do that? Is that a thing I can do now? Filters. Sure. What? Well, I don't know what to set it at. Did that do it? Am I... Okay, I just added one, I think. So I'm talking now again, and it's not clipping. Yeah? Happy? Woo! That's better. Sweet, thank you. Thank you for the, Cool, Thomas, I just implemented that in like 2 seconds, and it seems to have solved my problem. Thank you. I agree. Marcus says we should train bugs to solder. I totally agree. Like, if I had, like, little tiny, like, robot insects, like, little like, solder crabs to, I want solder crabs.
You should 3D print something that is a little solder crab that sits on your desk and it holds parts for you.
No, that's the helpful scorpion.
Yeah, but you should make that.
I want to make...
Like, little motion sensors that'll open the claw and then grab the thing and hold it for you. And he's got little eyes that stare at you.
He's like... It's like Noodle's little buddy.
Sound, and he twitches.
I want like microscopic solder crabs that you can like shake out on your bench, like pepper.
And they do the work for you.
Yeah, they bathe in solder. They like molten solder. They kind of like
cool.
They roll in it because it's like their bath, and then they go and they walk up to the thing, and they just kind of like rub their little crabby bits on the pads, and then they're holding the component in their pincher, and they just put it in place because they feel like being nice like that.
One claw extrudes solder paste.
Yes.
And then puts down the part, and then the solder paste claw also has like a heater, or the part that holds the part has also a heater, and he heats the part and melts the solder, and then he just does that. Maybe each crab has a different part, and they just kind of march around the board. till it's done.
I want them all to just do it. They all do the same
And they help
thing.
each other. There's like heater crab and carrying the part crab.
No, I want them all to be able to do all the same, all the things, and you shake them out on your bench like pepper. There's like, you just open up a little container and you dump them out, and they're all like, and they go,
Cool.
they run up to your little like solder tank where you have like molten, it's like your solder pot.
The solder's gonna
And then-
cool down once they take it, so you can't walk around hot like that.
Well, maybe they're like hot-blooded, and these are imaginary creatures, so maybe they just,
I'm thinking practically, I want that.
they have a little bead of solder that wicks into their like body, and then they just sort of march around with it on their person, and then they just they have to kind of rub their little crabby chest, because they're already like flat disc-shaped creatures, and then they can like squat down on top of the pad, wiggle their bits, and then put your piece down, and then they go and high-five the scorpion, and Noodle approves. Okay, it looks like I'm not gonna have enough LEDs to do both eyes, which is kind of making me sad right now. So I might end up doing green on another two. I think I mentioned I ran out of my favorite tea yesterday. I got more of it. So I'm gonna be a happy raptor again. I can kind of aim this down. I'm still off camera. What are you guys talking about in there? Yes, Maker Block, a solder crab. A solar solder crab. It could be solar. I mean, these are living things, though. It wouldn't be like a robotic crab. It'd be like it's like a mythical being in my mind. Or would it be like a tiny, like a nanobot crab? Mark.
What?
Are solder crabs real, or would they be robots?
They'd be little robots.
Yes.
In 100 years, genetic engineering, yes, will create solder robots that eat solder and melt things everywhere. But I think we're a little ways from that.
Hamza says, but who's gonna solder the tiny robots to do the soldering?
Oh God, now we need even smaller
Oh
crabs.
no, you need tinier crabs to put together the little crabs.
I don't know how this is.
There are bugs
Shit.
who can heat up for defense. Marcus says that there are bugs who can heat up for defense. It's a thing.
Alright, train them to solder.
Yes, and the other set of eyes, because crabs can, like, they can have a bunch of eye stalks, right? Like spiders? Sure. And one set can be UV LEDs, and the UV LEDs can obviously see into your soul because they're purple. That's like what purple indicates. Purple means that they're like a wizard and they possess the power to see into your being. Right, Mark?
Sure.
Yes.
Are they little Time Lords?
They could be. I think they should be. Do I have a... No, I don't. Okay. Damn, that really, really sucks. Guys. Oh, I made that worse. Which I tend to do. Alright, that just has solder on it now. I know probably none of these are actually in fact flat or straight, which means that Mark would lose his mind if he actually looked at this under a microscope. Oh god. So we're not gonna make Mark look at this under a microscope, right? Right? Do you want to do me a favor?
What, me?
Yeah.
In a minute, sure. What do you got?
Will you put the chip on this?
Sure.
Because you know I am really bad at chipping. So one of the soldering things that I did back when I was like new to doing soldering was that Peggy. Was it Peggy by Evil Mad Science Lab?
Peggy?
Yeah, it was the one that had,
Yeah.
it was like 5 million of a one color through hole LED. Remember?
Yeah, that was the Peggy board.
I did a blue one of those. It was Jeff's. And he was like, here, practice soldering. And I shit you not, just as bad when I finished as I was when I started. So I don't think like soldering is going to be a thing that I get better at. It's just this is sort of it. And I need to be okay with that. Because I think what I'm going to do here, guys, is since I can't finish the orange eyes, because I don't have enough orange LEDs, unless there's another package of this sized orange LEDs in that box that Mark has, which there very well might be, given how many LEDs Mark has. Mark.
What?
Do you think you might have any more orange LEDs?
Orange?
Yes.
How many did that bag have?
Not enough.
Oh, it was originally a bag of 100, so no.
Shit.
Not.
Shit.
Holy crap. That must have been your Eye of Toast ones.
Probably. Which means
I don't ever think I've ever used that many orange things on anything.
That means I trashed a whole bunch and they're lost in time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Okay, so that's one fully soldered, probably technically very ugly board. Surely this is the sort of work that would make Mark want to break up with me.
Wait, what?
You give me that like that despicable.
That's just judgment. Don't read too far into that.
Don't read too far into your judgment? Mark just told me.
True love goes way beyond just disgust for the other person sometimes.
Okay. My soldering abilities disgust Mark.
That's not a deal breaker.
Wow, it's not a deal breaker for a...
No, bad soldering's not a deal. That is for like a job. Like I'd fire you, but...
He'd fire me for my... I think this is pretty. See that? Pretty? All those LEDs are on it. They're inside of their little like window. So my goal when I make these is to make sure that the LEDs are in the little white like boundary box that you're supposed to get them in, and if they're in there, then I'm totally okay. They can be crooked, they can have space underneath them. All they need to do is work and be inside that little like box. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about down there? Time Lord crabs? Soul LED activated Time Lord crabs. That's all I need to see. Yes. That is what we were talking about. I have to draw this now. Just so you know, like, as soon as it's not today and I have my drinks with friends, tomorrow I'm drawing the tiny little molten, like, Time Lord crabs with the glowing purple eyes, like, holding, like, surface mount components and dragging them, like, kind of, like, excited and or begrudgingly to their respective, like, pads. So you're gonna see, like, a giant-ass circuit board with the pads, but it's gonna be, like, normal sized for the crab, and the crab is just gonna be, like... And he's gonna be holding up the little rectangle, like, I've got this shit. Time Lord soldering crabs. stare into your soul with UV LEDs, then solder your ideas before you can come up with them. Sounds like a plan. Because then, like, the roll and solder, anyway. They do like to roll and solder. Now it's time for the short circuit. Short is... No worries, just use 5mm through-hole LEDs. Bend the pins so they all fit in. I think I did back then in the day. They still looked bad. Hey, Adam. But yeah, Hamza, I'm gonna draw it. I'll post it on Twitter. It can hang out with the helpful scorpion. I drew him too, so he exists in the world. All in their white pad markings, which is bigger on the inside. Yes. It's gonna happen. Alright. Mark, when you have a second, will you kindly place a chip on the back of this? So the chip goes on the back side, right there on that thing that says brain.
Well, you want it on?
Yeah. And then I'll do the rest of the other parts. Because it's just...
I'm like getting to that, you know, that low blood sugar state where it's like, do I eat cheese or do I just drink a beer to zap the girl? Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Don't hit me.
And I know that, like, a beer will give me the sugar I need, so I'm not, like, that lightheaded. But then, on an empty stomach, a beer will punch me in the face in a good way. So I'm going to solder this.
And then I'll get you a beer.
I'm at that point where I don't want to solder this because I want that beer so bad.
I'll get you a beer after you solder that.
Alright.
Promise, promise.
Alright, this will take, like, 5 seconds.
Because you're good at it, and I'm bad at it.
Am I using my stash of chips or something? That I don't have. This increasingly...
I'll order more, and I'll
We need
them.
Atmel to just send us a reel of Atmega 328 peas.
Peas?
For free. We'll shill their product or something.
Thank you, Mark.
Those bastards. Alright.
You mean I'll shill their product? Since this is...
I'll shill it too, but yes, you should shill that.
We're gonna shill.
Hard.
Shill it hard.
I'm gonna find some parts then. Alright.
Look at me, I put that extra LED that I didn't use back in the little protective casing, and I taped the film back over the little blister pouch so that it doesn't get lost. Because LEDs are like precious. Alcohol is brilliant for soldering though. Thomas says alcohol is brilliant for soldering. It stops your hands from shaking.
Yes.
Mark says yes. He complies. It does take the edge off. If I have to shoot like any video where I'm like describing something, I have a beer beforehand, and then the words just, I don't overthink things. It's kind of like the thing I just did to the audio where it keeps it from clipping. That's what beer does. Time Lord crabs wear a top hat, right? No, they're naked. They need to be naked. No top hats. They're not pretentious folk. They're happy little crabs with their multi-eye stalks. I have to have multiple eye stalks now. Alcohol is brilliant. Wait, how many SMT crabs do you need to serve a beer? Marcus asks. Mark, how many SMT crabs do you need to serve a beer?
To serve a beer?
Yes.
Oh God. If each crab is capable of carrying 0.1 ounces, and I want a 16-ounce beer, that is
Vapid.
160 crabs.
He says 160 crabs, which seems like a bullshit number to me. Bullshit.
I threw out math.
He did throw out math.
I did a little bit of math.
Bullshit math.
Hypothetical math.
Soldering SMDs is not a good idea. Ahmed says in his culture that alcohol and soldering SMDs is not a good idea. I second that too, because you could inhale the SMD parts. Hamza, let's get drunk and start soldering. What an amazing idea. Not drunk, just there's a sweet spot. You have like one beer. You don't have 4 beers. You have 1 beer, and then you solder, and it's like a relaxation thing. Drunk is a totally different recreational experience, which you do not do serious things like soldering or surgery, for that matter, while drinking alcohol. All right, this thing right here is getting, there we go, green. See that? Green LEDs. So these are the eyes that are going to eventually go to Tony, who's hopefully not in the chat right now, although it occurs to me right now that he might be. Tony?
He is.
Is he? Tony! Beer and crabs, Vegas, baby. Marcus says beer and crabs.
I got crabs in Vegas.
That's how we do it here, mister. You should come and have some beer and crabs with us. Get some solder crabs with your solder pals.
Molten hot solder crabs.
They're molten hot. I can't stop at the sweet spot. Aw, Hamza says he can't stop at the... I usually can't either. That's not true.
Come get solder crabs. Your regret won't last long.
Aw. Mar. Solder crabs.
Doesn't sound right.
Solder. Does the green have the same resistor value?
As what?
The orange.
No.
No?
Probably not. I think greens are really, they glow the easiest. So
Really?
You have to have a higher resistor value. Do you have a part number? I'm trying to do 8 things at once, so you're never going to get that chip.
No.
Because I can't find any Mega chips.
No.
You're stealing out of my brain board stash.
I'll replace.
Not cool.
I love you. Oh man, you put tape on this. And the LEDs are stuck to the tape now. I have to pluck them off. Look at that. That's travesty. Look at the tape. The tape has the LED stuck to it. And my finger. Ah. Sketch on a TV show where you explain that anything is possible once you're 2/3 down your second drink. I agree. It's called the inebriati. Ah, I get it. Banning show you if you finish your second drink. Total disaster. There we go. Everyone here on French Toast Friday at least consumes, I'm gonna say like 3 beers, right?
At least.
At least. 3 beers. In the past, we used to drink way too much. We don't so much do that these days, so we do not need to. We're just as silly with less alcohol as we are with more alcohol, so we just stick to the low end. Alright, I'm gonna juice these pads again. Juicing more pads. Ready. Is that... feels like this is slightly out of focus. It might not be. That's probably fine. Alright, guys. Go, go, Sarah, go, go. I'm juicing my pads. I just like saying that.
So you now have all the solder.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I
shit.
have this thin stuff back?
My camera's on it.
Oh shit. Just give me like 6 inches of it.
Can you have the big,
you
thick
heard
stuff?
that like 3 times today? Alright.
Here, you get the thick stuff. Here, take that.
Give me 6 inches of the thick stuff.
I need 6 inches of the thick stuff, too.
Don't waste the solder though.
The what?
Well, you broke off more than I need, so now it's gonna get wasted.
No, it's not. Just give it back to me, and I'll take it. I'll put it somewhere. It'll get used. Don't break off more than you can take, guys. You heard it from Mark.
You have my tweezers.
Shit.
Jesus.
For my birthday, I want tweezers.
I'm doing a second pair of tweezers, and it's like I haven't seen it
In 100 years.
in 100 years.
Oh shit, Mark, these have different types of bars on them.
Oh, son of a...
Fuck, what side does the bar go on? These LEDs look weird.
You should know your bars.
No, they're like long like that.
Yeah.
See that? They're like long.
Are these different?
Yeah.
What are these? The green?
Yeah, they're like long.
Just don't put your resistors on yet.
Do you see that? They're like...
What?
Like...
Give me.
That's like a long... It
Do
looks
you
like
have any light in here? How do you solder without light? What's wrong with you?
a lot. Here, look.
Jesus. I can't look at... No, just put it down on the table.
See?
But turn the light on. I can't see in this light.
The light's
I'm
not...
old.
The light's not plugged in.
Let's plug it in.
You're killing me.
Holy crap.
I don't...
Why do you keep doing this?
Mark's getting cranky.
I am getting cranky. I need a beer and some cheese and a kiss.
Here.
I need a mat.
Here.
I miss Matt.
See how long that is?
Yeah, that's just because they're skinny. But
Okay, see the dot?
means nothing.
What
Yeah,
the
that's
hell?
the bar.
The dot...
The green is the bar.
Okay, so the green goes on the side?
Transfer to the top?
No.
Can you see it on the top side too? No.
It's just on one side or the other. So does the green dot...
The gold ends are the front and back of the thing. It's just a really skinny LED.
But the green is...
Green is closer to where your tweezers are. Do you see?
but
That is the bar.
That's where the bar goes?
Yes.
So the green lines up with the bar?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Go.
I love you.
Weird. Oh man, that's bright. Solder crabs don't need light. Marcus says solder crabs don't need light. I am the embodiment of the solder crabs.
Need a beer and some light. But not light beer.
I am the solder crab. Noodle says he's the solder crab.
It is a solder crab.
Total disaster.
Noodle wants everyone to have crabs.
Noodle says crabs bring happiness to all. These are really weird shaped LEDs. They're like long, they look like grains of rice.
They are, they're very odd.
Here, I'm gonna scoot some of these over so you can see them. See that?
It'd be fun to do a board where you have a bunch of those next to each other.
Yeah.
It'd be really, like, kind of interesting. With a little bar graph or something.
They're weird.
That'd be cool.
Weird, guys. What the hell time is it? It's probably 5 now. It is 4:59. It is 4:59 in Las Vegas, and it is time for Mark to have a beer. Right?
Yes. I agree.
Noodle, oh, Marcus says noodles and crabs. He's hungry now. Noodle says that since he is part crab and part noodle, he is threatened by this statement, sir. He says, just don't do it in front of him.
Noodle is a delicious crab.
No, Noodle...
Eat him up.
Noodle says he has defensive systems now.
Yeah.
Yes. He says Uncle Will gave him tasing feet.
Yeah.
So no means no again. Right, Mark?
Yep.
These are weird. I don't know if I like this. I don't think I've ever soldered LEDs that are long and skinny like this before. I don't know if you guys can actually appreciate how strange these are. Like normally they're like little rectangle with like teeth on one end or both ends. I've never soldered rice granule LEDs. This will be cool if I can get like a set finished for both guys before they arrive. I would be happy. That's me. I'm like giving gifts to my people. I'm just like curious to see what a rice cooker looks like with eyes. Yeah, Marcus, it is totally time for a beer. But I'm nice. On Fridays I wait until Matt gets here to have my first beer of the night, so I'm not gonna crack anything open until he arrives. And I will be having...
rude and drink.
What?
I'm gonna go ahead and be rude and drink.
Are you gonna do it now?
Yeah, as soon as your chip is done here.
Okay, thank you. Are you gonna explain to everybody your programmer pinching clip trick?
What?
So these bars on the side, this is actually the programming thing, pads.
Yeah, we'll have a podcast for that.
Are we gonna do it separately?
You're not gonna finish this today.
No?
No, you have a million parts on the other side of the board to do.
They're just resistors.
Okay. I don't think I have a programmer for this. Do I?
The pogo pin thing?
I have to make one.
I thought we had one that we were using.
That thing. Not the clip. The pogo pin.
Yeah, the one that goes on the edge of the board. I already have the code, so it's not like anything has to be done. Okay. I hope these peanut butter bars turn out good, because I am jonesing for a sweet confection. And then Mark's making tacos. The place where I got my tea, so I have an actual tea monger here in Vegas. That's my mom.
Your mom's annoying.
Okay, and it didn't accept the call. I didn't accidentally click accept? No? Okay. That means she's over me saying honest things about her last time. Yeah? Yeah, Mark accidentally clicked accept and I was like, no, Mom, not now! And she didn't say anything. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Go have that beer, you earned it.
Right.
So unfortunately for Matt, I seem to be out of LEDs that I need to finish his eyes for his pair. But I'll still light this one up, the one that Mark just put the brain on, so that we can see it all pretty twinkly sparkly like. Because I mean, that's the money shot, right? That's why we're all here. Oh man, do you hear that beer open? It's a can of something. Oh, that's right, Mark drinks Guinness. I drink Pacifico, because that's what you mix with clam. Has anyone tried one of those clam beers, by the way? I'm not sure who's left in here with me, but I see that you are here, Marcus. Hamza, Vi, are you guys still around? Are you chilling in the darkness working on your own stuff? If so, cool. They're probably having beers. They're like, no man, it's 5. We went and got our beer. Everyone's thinking about solder crabs privately in the darkness. Solder crabs. Solder crabs. Hey, honey. What? Oh, fuck.
Alright, sorry. Beer.
Please don't hold that over my laptop. Right? I need more of these things. Or wait, no, there's some in this thing. That's right. Somebody put tape on this.
What?
And I have to pluck the little things off of the tape.
Weird. Oh, it was on the thing?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know where those come from.
So I'm like,
Those are probably from a stash that I got when Sun shut down. They were cleaning out storerooms, and one of the people that I used to work with was just FedExing me pallets of electronic components
Jesus.
to my house.
Must have been nice.
I think it was cheaper than actually trying to get rid of electronic disposal. You just slap a waybill on it and it goes away to Las Vegas.
Send it to Mark.
Yeah, send it to Mark. I'm like, you're like, can we send you? Like, yes.
Just, I'll take
Like,
it.
I don't even know what you're sending me. Just send it.
I'll take it.
I have dumpsters nearby. I don't.
Give it to me. I'll take it. I'm a dirty girl.
Exactly.
Oh man, these are all sticky. Mark.
I hate when my LEDs get sticky.
Sticky LED. That's the name of the bar.
Sticky lead.
The sticky lead. Don't you have a t-shirt that says like Lead Wizard?
LED gangster. But I like LED wizard, so I think I might go have that made. I'm gonna just copy that design and just make my own.
You should have that.
I'll put that up on Cafe Press.
Do it.
That's a good idea.
A lead wizard?
Yep, lead wizard.
Mark, you're my lead wizard.
We're all out of Zeppelins.
Sometimes a Zeppelin is not enough. Therefore, you require a wizard. Mark.
Yep.
Can you...
No. Just sat down.
I was gonna say put code on the thing that you just did.
Wait, what?
I was gonna say I need to put code on the eye.
Oh, well, Guitar Hero parts on there.
Alright. I guess. Cool. Hey Micah. Thank you for joining us. Happy Friday, by the way. I don't know if you've got your 5 o'clock beer yet, but Mark just opened his. I'll be having mine shortly, but cheers in advance. And yes, we are LED witches. That sounds way cooler than LED wizard. Mark. Mock.
What? Say that again?
A lead witch.
Lead witch. I like that.
So I need a lead witch shirt. I'll design that.
Lead bike.
Yeah. Lead frau.
Lead frau.
Solder crab and the sticky LEDs. Now on iTunes. Solder crab and the sticky LEDs.
That'd be a good album cover.
I have to draw that. This is getting drawn this weekend.
That now.
I'll draw it as an album cover.
Yeah.
The solder crab and the sticky LEDs. Ooh.
You find the album that says Lead Gangster.
Thomas says Guinness is okay. Brian's is better. I don't know what Brian's is.
Brian's.
What is Brian's?
Is that a brand?
Solder crab Kickstarter, please. I have to do this. I have to turn this into a plushie now. It needs to be like a mercury textured sort of crab. So it needs to be made out of like some sort of metallic fabric with little cute glowing purple wizard eyes. Yeah. Sweet. Micah's taken a walk to get her 5 o'clock beer. Enjoy the walk. Yeah, hopefully where you're at it's not too cold. It actually warmed up here. Although I see like other parts of the world are getting pelted with shit weather. Although I think you're in San Francisco though, or the Bay Area. It can be cold there, right? Yeah, Mark?
Wait, what?
In the Bay Area, is it cold there right now?
Probably not.
I don't know.
San Francisco, if you go from San Jose right? Silicon Valley to San Francisco,
Yeah.
40 miles away, it drops by a good 10 to 15 degrees.
Oh man.
So if it's 70 in San Jose, which is great, it'll be 55 or 60 in San Francisco any day of the year. It's just because of how the wind comes off the bay and all that crap.
Fun. Alright, well, if you're going out to get beer, stay warm and enjoy it. It was fun running errands today. It was actually quite nice outside. So Mark, when I went to the tea monger to get my new tea, Mark picked up spice rub for the tacos that we are making tonight from our spice monger. So we have nice, fresh made taco marinade from the actual spice store. So it's super fresh, and their stuff just tastes better all around because it's I guess just fresher, and there's probably less garbage in it. Adam Lewis asked what he missed. Everyone's having their 5 o'clock beer. Solder crabs are going to be a thing, and no one likes a sticky LED. Yeah. I think that about sums it up. And yes, Marcus, the holographic plasticky stuff, probably something softer. I'll go to the fabric store and see if I can find something that looks vaguely mercury-like that I can stitch into a crab shape, because I have to actually make one now. Thomas says it's Brian's Beer is a Welsh brewery that's effectively become part of the national identity. Well, local beer is always better. That goes without saying. But in a pinch, Guinness it's not bad for the varieties that we find in our local Booze Hall store here in Vegas, which is Lee's Discount Liquor. Lee's is an important part of living here in this city. Like, there's this chick in front of us, no, behind us. She's like an older, like middle-aged to late whatever looking lady, and she was buying 4 jugs of, I don't know, what the hell was that? They're like giant glass, like the size of the Sparklets bottle type jugs. Mark,
what?
Help me describe this. You were there. The woman who was buying the jugs of booze, like, what was the booze?
It's in those growlers.
They're like giant glass growlers.
1 gallon glass wine things with the little round finger hole.
But they're huge.
Yeah, they're like 1 gallon.
They're more than a gallon. Those were like gigantic.
Yeah, it's like a gallon.
Those were like Sparklets bottle sized.
No, they were small. They're a gallon, like a gallon of milk.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh man, in my imagination, they're like.
Jug, but a glass one with the round. They're called growlers.
Man,
64 ounce, I believe.
She was packing some serious Booze Hall heat walking out of that store. I was like
6 of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was doing that thing when I go to the store. I'm like, in my mind, judging people. Like, she's probably an English teacher. School just got out, so she came right to the liquor store, bought 6 growlers of cheap red wine, and she's going to go home all weekend and watch something on Netflix.
Our grade papers.
Or grade papers, yeah. Curse her students the whole time.
No, we were observing the people in there on Friday.
Person.
You're not a bad person. No, Friday's when all the people are at Lee's buying their poison for the weekend. And that's exactly what we were doing. But then we went to the grocery store and bought a bunch of vegetables and healthy shit for dinner tonight, so not that bad. We drink beer in this house. We're adults. I'm an adult.
That's not my mom, that's a phone.
That's not my mom. That's a phone. That's how I feel about my mom calling just now. Oh, there's this giant glob. Can stay. Shit. Shit, son. What? Methanol. Free ethanol with every purchase. Aw, Adam Lewis says discount liquor. That sounds awful. They have normal booze. It's just we have like a grocery store that just sells booze here in Vegas, and it's as common as all grocery stores.
No, it's what, Lee's?
Lee's, yeah.
It's just a liquor chain called Lee's Discount Liquor, but they have every liquor, good to bad, and they are about 10% less than the supermarket.
It's a good alternative. Like if you buy beer on the weekends for the week, you want to go there because it's usually less expensive and they have more variety. So they have like the common stuff and the exotic. So it's a good place to go if you want to try new things. And the people who work there are very knowledgeable about the wine and the beer and the whatever. But they have everything. So it is kind of nice.
And we love Charlie.
Yeah, we have a liquor monger too. So I visited my tea monger and then we visited Charlie, who wasn't there.
Charlie knows my loyalty number by heart. He can get me on the computer without me giving him the number. That's dedication.
Love. That's love.
That is love.
All right, Mark.
I have a mad crush on Charlie.
Yeah?
Yes.
I have a man crush on your Charlie too. Hey! Hey, do we have any crystals?
I snorted what? Oh, crystals.
Yes, the resonators.
You're using all my parts.
What? I'm gonna buy more.
You're using all my stash.
I know, but I'm replacing everything.
No, you're not.
I'm putting.
I haven't seen that yet.
Ah.
Jesus. Let me find something.
I might actually have crystals.
You're a bad person.
Are they the same ones that I use on the the jelly? Because if so, I have a bunch.
You almost don't need it on those boards.
The eyes?
Yeah, because you're not running a serial connection or anything. You can just run them at 8 megahertz.
Okay, well, let's try it.
You want to try that?
Sure.
You just have to program it properly so you don't brick it.
Brick?
Yeah, because there's a setting in Atmel. If you tell it there's a crystal and you didn't put a crystal in, it's now bricked, and you have to now figure out how to, if you don't have a spot for it, put a crystal on it just to get it out of that programming mode.
Oh.
So it's one of those gotchas.
Let's not do this.
So, but we'll make sure we don't treat it like a normal Arduino.
Well, let's not. I don't want to brick my.
I have a setting for that. I think it's the one of my other things that I've done. So it's gonna be okay.
Please hold my hand while I do that.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
We're adults, says the lady who makes robots named Noodle, says Adam. What is that supposed to mean? Only the most noble of creatures make robots named Noodle. Just saying. I am still waiting for the "you're an adult" achievement to pop up. Me too. I just keep telling myself I've got it. I'm pretty sure I don't. I must have missed a quest or something. Oh no. Sarah, look out. He might steal your mark. Oh no. Polisqualis says that Charlie might steal you away from me.
No, and I'm not going to tell you why that I'm saying no. Charlie may be cuddly, but he lacks something Sarah has.
Yeah. What?
Love.
Oh. Tentacles? What?
Tentacles, yes.
Robots?
The propensity for tentacle porn. Anyways.
Robots. I have more robots than...
Charlie doesn't have a single robot in his house. And if he has a Roomba, that doesn't count.
I make my robots. I am better than Roombas. Horny rhombus. I am a horny rhombus. I bet you're jonesing for your Matt.
I am. I can't wait for Matt to get here.
Shit, this says that there's a C on here.
What?
There's a capacitor on here.
Yes.
Shit. I don't know what value capacitor it is.
You need to look it up.
Fuck. Okay.
Look at your bill of materials.
Can I just look at my schematic?
You can look at your schematic.
Oh, there's a bunch of... these are all capacitors, too.
Totally failed.
Fuck.
I am so disappointed in you.
Shut up.
I'm going to scowl at you as you eat each of those tacos.
You do that anyway,
I know.
Chris Kimball. Biouch. Matt, you should hug him. I'm just saying. Matt needs love too. Hell. Cheese dip orange? Wait. Why did I... Cheese. Hello, one. I totally read your name and then the word orange because you asked orange. But I read it as cheese dip orange. And I immediately thought of Cheetos. Like,
that is a food coloring you can buy.
I'm sorry. But hello, cheese.
Cheese dip orange number 40.
I just googled crab and UV light, enough internet for me today. Oh no, is that terrifying? I need to look this up. And yes, cheese, I soldered an orange one up and then I ran out of LEDs, so I don't have enough to do 2 eyes. So I'm doing a green set as well because I have more than enough green LEDs to complete a set. So I should have a green one and an orange one finished eventually. Can a cat ride on Noodle? No. Noodle's very light. He probably would weigh less than... He weighs less than a cat. Less than a cat. He's like light and fragile and he doesn't like things. But Noodle could ride on a cat.
Cat saddle.
Cat saddle. Cat saddle.
Cat rodeo.
Goat rodeo. Matt's gonna get here and be so super disappointed that I'm streaming
Yep.
and soldering and it's Friday and he's here and he's just gonna cry inside. I wish that he listens to podcasts and streams and stuff during the day at work. I wish he'd listen to mine.
No.
I don't know. I have this weird relation to my best friend in that he does not follow anything I do. Like, nothing. Like, he learns about it when he comes over on Fridays, but, like, on any other media whatsoever, he doesn't read my comic, doesn't anything. Not that he has to, but I don't know. Mark knows what I do. I guess you live with me, that doesn't count. I look at his game streams from time to time. I guess that's not true. I wait for him to come over and play all those damn games in front of me. Because I'd rather get the content from the source. I guess that's probably his philosophy. But yeah, it'd be funny if he watched the streams. Although he'd probably do nothing but heckle me. As is the nature of Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy. Cats on Noodle? No. What? Heterochromia? What? That's a complicated word. Why'd you say it? I'm liking the saddle idea. Do you read his comic? Do I read Matt's comic? If he had one, I totally would. But he suggests plenty of shit to me, and I do not look at any of it, so I'm just as bad, so I shouldn't be saying anything. I can't complain. He reads, or he listens to audiobooks, and he's always making suggestions of things that he thinks I would like. And he's probably right. Like, he knows me probably better than anyone else, and I don't take his recommendations because I'm a horrible person. I mean, I just don't read, in all honesty. So it's not him, it's anyone, and the fact that I'm bad about consuming content. It's me confessing that right now. I'm a horrible content consumer. Content consumer. You'll get caught up in the... I don't know where that came from. God, Sarah, quit being from the 90s. Okay, that's all the resistors. See, that's not too bad. Sarah doesn't give a shit. I'll be honest, Mark, I miss soldering at your bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm all like confidently like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this shit before my friends get over. Although I guess hypothetically, if I didn't forget that there were capacitors on this board and I didn't run out of orange LEDs, I did solder 2 of these things. All of the lights at least, so. That one totally moved. I have to go back and hit the other side with solder. Solder. I remember like the first time I did this on stream, I think like my soldering abilities made whoever was present grit their teeth so hard that they fell out. But that was like a while ago, and I was kind of out of practice. Oh man. No. Don't do that. Bad. Okay. That seems to be good, I think. I'm sure I wouldn't think that if I looked at this thing under an actual microscope, but we're gonna say with my eyes, with what I can see, this all looks about golden. It looks like a raptor did it, and it would work if I gave it power, which is all I'm looking for. Sure. We're gonna go with that. Yeah. Heterochromia, 2 eye colors. Ah! I get it. I get it. Just open your mouth and chew the content. I wish I could do that. I wish it didn't take, like, time to consume content, because then, yeah, I would just push it all into my head at once and be caught up on everything. The fact that, like, watching an entire series of a show takes, like, that's a commitment. That's, like, more of a commitment than most relationships I've been in. Cats in the saddle and the silver noodle. I like that idea. Solder crabs only visit people who can't solder. No, because then like I would never get to. So are solder crabs kind of like Santa or like the Tooth Fairy, where like if you require, or the situation requires that they be there, then they show up when they're needed, and then they just sort of like hightail it out of there once they're not needed anymore. Yeah, cheese. Not having a good iron can slow you down. I remember, like, when I did the Mythbusters thing, they didn't have a soldering iron on set. They didn't really have any electronic stuff, because I don't think they're anticipating us having to do any electronics or needing it, in any way. Not like stuff like this. So when I needed to solder wires together for the thing that we were building, they dug one of those soldering irons from Radio Shack out that plugs directly into the wall and has like the little like thing that you kind of stick it in. And I was trying to solder these two wires together because we didn't need to do anything exotic. We just needed to like connect two things together and then put like the heat shrink tubing over it, and then it was done. And they wanted to film me doing it, and I couldn't get the two things to heat up enough to feed solder into them. So there's this camera guy like filming me, I shit you not, for like 2 minutes solid, waiting for the shit to get hot enough so that I could feed shit into it, and it never really quite did it right. So for 2 minutes I looked dumb, and I it's one of those memories that of all the things that I could remember about that experience of doing the show, I remember that one because I was freaking out the entire time, and it was like if my mind could emit heat to help this soldering iron heat up to a higher temperature to get me out of that moment faster, like all of my mental energy would have like fucking transmitted and done that. I was concentrating so hard. I was just like, heat, please, just heat, and it just wouldn't. So yeah, not having like a good soldering iron does, I mean, it does make your life easier when you do. And his Metcal is a testament to how a Cadillac soldering iron can definitely make an experience like miserable or bearable. And it's probably part of why he enjoys soldering so much, because he does it all the time, and it's also not shitty, right, Mark?
Yeah, lead vapors calm me down.
He has a fan now because of me. Jeez. Yeah, it's... Aw, hugs. Hugs.
Hugs.
But yeah, the Metcal, I didn't think, like, when I got the Hacko, which was a present from Jeff, one of my friends from Sin Shop, I thought that was great. Like, it's a great soldering iron. I have no complaints. It's good enough for me. And then once I started using Mark's, which is the one that I used when I first learned how to do SMT soldering, I was like, holy shit, this is like butter. Like, you never think it can get any better until it does, and then you're like, wow, how have I lived without this my whole life? And it was one of those sorts of experiences. So if I ever did have the expendable income, I would probably want to get a Metcal, but then again, I don't really solder enough to warrant that anyhow. At least not as much as he does. Like, he solders every day. We'd only use it for good and cup noodles. If I had the power to heat stuff up with my mind, yes. Then I wouldn't need solder crabs. I could literally just, like, position my shit on the board and touch solder to the pads, and it would, like, heat up with my mind power, and then it would go molten, and I would put little beads down, and I'd be done. I wouldn't need, like, 3 hands to, like, do whatever crazy maneuvers I have to make this happen. Mark!
What?
I need capacitors. Shit.
Yeah, we all do.
Do you?
Oh,
what?
You need components.
Oh man, these
size? Give me a number.
Shit, son. I don't know what size are the things on this board again? 0805?
Yeah, what's the value?
I don't know. I should probably look that up. Oh, alright. Alright, I'm gonna switch the view down. Actually, no. I'm gonna switch the view to just my lovely face.
Alright, here's some point ones. You definitely need those.
I do? Are you sure?
I have some 10s in here. I don't know what you need, so...
Wait, I'm opening up my schematic real quick. Shapes made. Toaster eyes, toaster PCB. I have toast 2. Toast eyes schematic is being opened, and then I'm going to switch my view in OBS down to not my bench, but here, so you can see my schematic. There we go. Yeah?
Yeah, okay. Zoom in.
it looks like C1 is 0.1 microfarad.
All right, that's right in front of you.
Okay, that's C1.
What's the C1, 2, and 3?
1.
So you probably have a 1, a 0.1, and a 0.01. So you have a range. So you have, I need to get you a 1 and a 0.01.
Boo!
Yeah. Did you just upgrade my armor?
Yes.
All right.
You are a wizard. You're a lead wizard.
I'm a lead something.
Noodle. Noodle says you are a lead wizard. Noodle! You're a wizard, Noodle! He's got Christmas lights all up on him. I don't know if you guys can see that, but those are his light candies. And he insists that Mommy turns those on at night. Okay, so this is my 0.1. So C3 and C1 are this, whatever's in here. Alright, so I'm gonna face you guys back down. So C1 and C3, that's this guy. So we need 2 of these. There. That's all. Noodle.
Alright.
What? I don't like when you utter that. It's like 5:40 and Matt's not here yet.
Rule of thumb values, right?
What?
So when I pick capacitor values, these particular ones,
You just arbitrarily pick them?
well, it's based on experience. So
Okay.
in the ones where you saw 1, 0.1, and 0.01, what's the difference between all of them?
100. Are we a magnitude of 100?
Yes. Okay. So, and the reason we do that is because the capacitors, they work best, right? They are the best as being capacitors at certain frequencies, right?
Okay.
So we shift that by a factor of 10 or whatever.
And then we're fine?
By putting 3 different values that are in these different frequency ranges where they work best, you've covered a really wide bandwidth of electromagnetic interference, board bypass, like supplying power when it needs it. And so you have a quieter board, but this board will probably work without any of that. You won't have to put any caps in. But
you probably told me to, and that's why they're there, right?
Right, but if you're going to ship that product to customers, you don't know what their environment is. So you put extra caps in at different values on your power supply lines and make sure that doesn't matter what they have nearby, a cell phone or God knows what, it's not going to interfere with the board, and the board's not going to interfere with the thing that they're, radio or whatever. So that's why we do that. So, but in most board designs, almost nearly all of them, you put a range of 3 parts in that swath, and you will cover 99% of any problem you're ever going to see in electromagnetic interference and noise in a board. And if it doesn't add more, just put more on there. You can't have too many bypass caps.
That's what Mark taught me.
Yes, so that is
just like you can't have too many toys, you can't have too many bypass caps.
Exactly.
That's what I've learned from Mark.
You can't have too much cheese either.
I agree. Tony taught me that.
And you need a variety.
I agree. Right, so what one is what?
What?
Which one am I using for what?
In the one that says 1.101, I don't have any O1s, so put that where the 1 goes, right? And then put an extra 0.1 where the O1 goes.
What?
So, does that make sense?
No.
Because it's not going to matter.
What?
Or leave it out.
One
Put a 2.2 there.
So is this the one?
Yeah, put that at C4, and then your C2, just put another one that you did for C3.
Okay, so
I'm
recycling the C1?
Yes. Like if we were building a radio circuit, it would all matter. But we're not. We're bypassing our power supply. And so just putting cap values at something is going to make it work.
Mark's telling me everything that I designed is pointless and bullshit.
I haven't even been drinking all that much yet, so
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure.
Where did that go?
Oh God, it went off of this direction.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear where caps go. I'm that good.
Fuck! I just popped a cap.
I'm gonna pop a cap on my board.
Solderotica.
Look at you.
Mark, I told them about Solderotica.
Yeah. Now we have to do it. We have to post it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that, and we'll do another episode or something.
Fuck. Get on there, little buddy.
Don't break it. Don't bend it. Sorry.
Can you bend them?
Well, don't put torque on the cap if it's not melted, because then you'll just crack this around it.
I've never cracked a cap.
I'll be over here,
So
minding my own business.
So C2 gets a 0.1 microfarad thing?
Yes.
Okay. When Matt comes over, you should hold him
I will.
inside of your Tony
Danza.
Danza.
His monkey outfit.
Wait, 0.1.
Lay him down.
Will you program one of these for me once I get all the caps on?
Yeah, I guess.
Because
Where's the program?
find it, because as soon as I show everybody what these look like on, then we can stop and drink. I'm not drinking until one of these lights up. That's my promise to you viewers for diligently sticking with me and hanging out while I achieve this endeavor right here. I'll reward myself with that clam beer at the point in time when one of the toaster eyes glows. Is Toaster still awake? No! Toaster ran out of food. Shit. That makes me sad. So Toaster is officially out of juice. That needs more juice on my pad. Fuck. Can't get a break. He's gonna get here and be like, where's my present? And I'm gonna be like, making it, bitch. He's gonna be like, you didn't make the peanut butter bars yet? And I'm gonna be like, no. No. I'm still making those peanut butter bars. Mark and I went to the grocery store and loaded up on ingredients for the doing. Why is this not sticking?
It's not sticking.
The capacitor does not.
I'm probably not getting enough heat. Heat the board, not the part.
I am heating the board.
Alright, now let it go. Wait. Wait. Now.
Okay. It was being.
It's all timing. It's like a video game.
No. Shit. Okay, those are all on.
Here's your programmer.
Cool, you're gonna come sit next to me. Are you ready for it?
Oh man.
Grab your beer. Take a big swallow.
Just say when.
Okay, I'm almost
Oh,
done.
you are? I gotta talk to a man about a horse. I'll be right back.
What? What the hell does that mean?
Don't know. Oh, oh!
Oh shit, is Matt
Oh
here?
my god!
I think Matt's here.
It's a Matt!
That means I did not finish this in time.
Oh, you got to deal with Matt now.
He doesn't know what the hell I'm doing.
Oh my god. Oh, let me get out of his car.
You're gonna have to hold him.
He looks like he looks like something right out of Breaking Bad. That
Breaking.
new look he has.
Is that because all my friends are
He
bald
looks like a
now?
hidden drug lord.
I know, that's why I wanted to get him a tracksuit when we went to
Oh my
H&M.
God, He looks like a Russian drug lord.
That's why I wanted to get him that tracksuit.
Holy shit.
He wouldn't let me. And I was very disappointed we had this discussion. Cool, you guys get to meet Matt. Come here! Shit, you guys have to meet this person. Is anyone even... Is anyone here? I just have my schematic open. Matt? Matt? Don't be scared. Oh man, you're gonna need that beer for the chat. Yeah, I am. What have I missed? What did I miss? I missed so much. Light candies. Oh, I said that a while ago. Okay, I wish it showed a timestamp of when people said things. Always better to have more locations for caps than you need. I agree. Cracking ceramic. I remember, okay. Cracking ceramic is surprisingly easy. ESPs with cheapo ones think they're... That's good. It's good to know. I've never done it yet. Hopefully I don't... I don't manhandle my ceramic bits, so... Put juice in your toaster. I think that was doomed from the start. You need to put juice in your toaster. Isn't that where you put your juice? There's a Matt! Come here, Matt. Come here.
You're too good to me. You brought me Guinness.
I did get you Guinness. And peanut butter.
Hello!
Ooh, you have your ooh. We went shopping and you picked this out together.
Right.
Everyone, this is Matt. I've been talking about you all afternoon because everyone knew you were coming. This
Hello.
light's terrible. There, that's better. There. There, now you're not just, like, eyes.
I'm not just eyes.
You're not just eyes and, like, a cowl. Cool. And then Mark's back here. Cool. They're watching me make a thing. This was supposed to be for you, but I'm not done yet. You know what these are?
Such a bad friend. They're toaster eyes.
Yes, they are. You know,
oh, man.
You know what these are.
I've been supposed to get
What are you gonna put
some of those forever.
Oh, I knew you were going to say something like that.
Hey, you never even gave me the toaster that you supposedly made for me. You never even lacquered it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're
Yep.
right. Those are the tiny ones, though.
Yeah.
This is cooler. You can put these on anything, though.
Hello, Walter. I am not Walter, regardless of having... Thank you. It's a Russian drug lord. All right.
I made a passing comment before.
That was Mark's fault.
I'm okay with that.
Sorry for stirring that.
Internet
pot.
famous. Wow.
Matt.
You guys have such low standards.
Oh, what?
Thank you, though.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm out of meth.
Oh, you're out. All
Yeah,
right,
can we
well,
talk about that later?
Yeah, we'll get that handled.
That was a total slam against me, you dick. He's a dick.
It's a slam against all of us, collectively.
Matt's
Let's
internet.
all slam each other.
That's awesome. Yes, you're Russian drug lord Matt now.
I guess.
So we
You
had
need
this.
to develop an accent.
No.
Damn.
There's this thing going on today where I asked Twitter if I should use orange LEDs, green LEDs, or yellow LEDs. And the side bet was if the internet picked orange, this was going to you, then it would be yours. If they were green, they were going to go to Tony. And if they were yellow, they were going to go to Mark. And the internet picked orange.
You picked Matt.
They picked the right color.
They picked you. So it's Matt's thanking you guys for picking orange because although I don't have enough LEDs.
Oh, Paulus, it's all good. I knew that it was just a joke. Plus, I'm kind of okay with it.
Looking like a drug lord?
There are worse things to be called.
Yes.
So I went with him when he got his head shaved for the first time, and I filmed it, and I made the lady who did it really
Just try to
uncomfortable.
talk backwards.
What?
Good. Yeah.
Just try to talk backwards? Then it's
Hopefully by
Russian.
the end of the night and enough of these.
Russian accent.
Yes.
Yeah, Russian. And after he shaved his head, I tried to talk him into getting this tracksuit from H&M that was like black with the stripes down the sleeves,
Nope.
and it was like the perfect like track
Maybe eventually.
jacket, just as a joke, because like I think it was even on sale for like a cheap like
Was
shitty
it?
amount. It was like in the sale rack, but he
Isn't
didn't.
that like a crappy color?
I could have sworn it was black. It was just black and white.
Oh,
That's
no,
why,
recently you showed me another ugly one that you wanted me to buy.
like a red one. I think.
Yeah, I think it was like a red and white one.
Red and white would be good. I think like the next one that we run across, you have to try on at least. Oh,
I mean, I'm okay with being called one. I could have been called something different.
Oh,
Miss having hair? No, it's the best not having hair. The best decision I ever made.
It's in the way.
Vi Gray and Matt, you guys met in my Discord.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
We already knew that.
Okay. I'm just making sure that the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got this handled.
Sorry, I like pointing out obvious things. I need a beer now. I said I'm not ending this until I program one of
Right, you
these.
need
All right. Well, yeah.
You
Go.
need-
Because
go
I gotta-
You need to apply power
Do
to
the
that
thing.
board.
Okay, so
And
Mark,
then you need the right board.txt.
Mark is going to explain how this works.
Oh shit.
So you're going to sit down here and I'm going to go grab my beer.
Where's your code?
I'm going to pull it up real quick. So I'm going to go back to the bench view real quick, and I'm going to pull up the code that runs the Eye of Toast. And Mark is going to talk about how you program this. Guy?
You may not have the. Do you have a noodle programming
Huh?
thing on yours?
What do you mean?
Lower face
didn't-
hair is the best face hair.
Maybe we should have put the crystal in there so you don't have to screw with this. Should I find a crystal?
Sure. We just need one for now.
Alright, let's just put a crystal in here because I just don't want to screw with the board.txt configuration. It's a pain in the ass.
Okay, so here
All right, y'all. Have fun in internet land.
I'll be right back with a beer. Mark's gonna talk for a minute, and it should work by the time that
You
he's back.
provide some time real quick.
Oh, okay. Here I'm
Looking
gonna.
for parts.
All right, here's the bench. No. There we go. Okay.
Where is my brain board box?
This is the Eye of Toast code. This is going to be open source in the very near future, and I'm gonna provide instructions on how to tweak this word stuff down here so that you can make your own expressions for your toaster. I have a worksheet that has the 12 segment displays, and you can use a marker to color in the segments to see what they look like before you program them. And then it has, I think, the name of the segment inside of it so that you know what you're referring to in the code while you're programming it, so it's helpful. Again, this should probably go up by Monday. My homework for the weekend is to get these boards on Tindy, for one, and two, to have the instructions ready and have all that stuff pushed out at once. So this is, I guess, effectively the preview for this new and exciting product. Art piece. It's an art piece. Mark. A Mark variety hour.
Give me your board.
All right. It's wait. I think I gave it to you. No, that's this one.
That's the one.
Where did the other one
Let me
go?
put this thing on real quick.
Wait, which one did you take?
I didn't take anything.
You have both of them now.
I do?
Yeah. One of them's the right one. One of them doesn't have resistors on it.
Alright.
Okay, it's the not one with the not resistors on it. Okay. So this is the code. I pulled it up from Mark. I'm gonna probably switch back over to big mode. Noodles, I'm gonna plug Noodle in so you guys can say hi to Noodle since we're waiting just another minute. Shit. Noodle!
I'm gonna resist the urge to resolder this board.
Mark's talking shit!
I found the bag of salty snacks.
Oh, you did? You found the Doritos? Oh, those.
I need the tweezers, honey.
Okay,
Pronto.
here. Scissors. So, hi. Can you see Noodle on? Yeah, you can. He's like right there. His eyes are alive. Cool. And I should probably plug Toaster back in and like pull him up. I have other power supplies. I'm gonna wash my hands since they're all toxic-y and then do stuff. So I'll be right back. Mark, you should tell jokes.
I am soldering.
Okay,
What?
tell soldering joke. Talk shit about my soldering.
Alright. I put the Where's the frickin' camera on this thing? I don't think she has the desktop camera on. I put the, that's the board as Sarah soldered it. It, to me, under a microscope, looks like crap. But I put the crystal on there, which is like, where is the crystal? I can't see. It's right under my index finger, over on the right of the chip, right top of the chip. Anyways, that if you try to flash Arduino onto a board without a crystal, you risk bricking it because most Arduinos expect a crystal there, and there's a flag setting that if you set it to crystal and there's no crystal, the chip doesn't run anymore, and then you have to put a crystal on it. So I know there's a way to take like the breadboard version of the Arduino. I don't know what that process is because I don't do that. So the thing Sarah forgot to do is she has no way to power this board right now, and I need a power source, and so I have to figure that out, and I don't have any wire or a power source. So I need to find something, and let me get Sarah to like talk to people while I do that. So now that we are alone, everybody hide. I like that. Soldering based on insults, my favorites. Are you soldering or welding? It's a particular favorite of mine. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Soldering's closer to brazing than welding, because yeah, you're not welding. You're just causing two metals to become very close together and to stick. But they're not actually welded. So let me find Sarah, and then we'll figure out a power source for this board, and we'll get it turned on.
What?
You need to come back here.
Yeah?
All right. You need a power source. What's your plan?
Oh,
Do I need to find something?
what do I use on
You need like a USB power supply. But
Oh, here.
so we need a USB cable with a red and black sticking out of it. Oh my god. What chip is on the board? Yes, I use almost exclusively Atmega 328P. I've done a couple of other Atmegas. It took me, because sometimes I program Atmega like right in the C, like using GCC compiler, and I kind of prefer that for a lot of projects. But I use a lot of Arduino too. But I just stick with the basic Atmega because I don't have to like solve other problems. And the Atmega chips work for most stuff. I tried programming PIC before. Oh, that's horrible. So yeah, a friend of mine used to be a product manager on the PIC 32. So he was like making chips and had that whole, he ran that whole department making the chips. So he sent me a box load of programmers and ICE programmers and all that microchip stuff, and I could not figure it out. I was an engineer. I took 3 days, read their instructions. I couldn't make it work, and then I think I got to the end, and it was like, which C compiler do you want to buy for $500? And I was like, what? Like, I need to buy a C compiler just to use a PIC microcontroller? Because all the examples were like, we'll program it in assembler, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I dropped that like a hot rock. I sent it all back to him. I said, dude, I don't want this garbage. This is PICs are, I'm sure PICs are great chips, but like their whole programming environment was like impossible to do. And and he was like, I'll give you a license to a $500 compiler. Like, no, that's not the point. I don't want you to pay for my compiler. Like, you guys need to not make products that require every user to pay $500 for a compiler. So, garbage. So, anyways, so I was sad when Microchip bought Atmel. I was like, that was the day I cried, because it's, God knows what they're going to do to that chip line. So, but I love the Atmega. I love all their stuff. So, the Cypress PSOCs are pretty nice. Systems on chips are nice, but like, I don't know. That's
for a lot of stuff I do. I don't like big tool chains or learning yet another tool chain and all the stuff that goes with a new chip. As fancy as they try to tell you. Like, it took me a long time to really get comfortable and familiar with the Atmel, and I'm just going to stick with that. So, you know, all these new chips come out all the time, and it's like, I'm just not going to touch it. One friend of mine's been nudging me to do the FPGAs, and there's a lot of great FPGA things out there, but it's like, I don't really need to solve any problems that use FPGAs. I just, you know, I'm sure it would make my life better, but I just don't want to deal with it. So, but PIC32 compiler is just a MIPS GCC with a license check and a price tag. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, years later, I talked to another group that was doing a bunch of engineers that were doing an Atmega project, and I told them my PIC experience, and they're like, yeah, same thing. This is why we don't use PIC. Just stay away from it. Whatever. But I've met plenty of PIC engineers that, like, they love the PIC environment, but their employer probably paid $3,000 or $4,000 to get them set up with it. So, but for us hobbyists, like, we don't have money to just throw at stuff like that. So, whatever. Anyways, FPGAs are insane. I hear the tools are a lot better now than they used to be in the past, so you can solve some pretty interesting problems with FPGAs because of the speed and all that other stuff, and the libraries that you just get, like USB and PCI and all that. You can make some pretty cool solutions to stuff really quickly. But like I say, it's like, do I want to spend a month or two learning another tool chain? I'm not building stuff that needs that. Like, I would rather master Atmega 32 stuff and just get really good at it and just make all kinds of stuff and then stick in that realm. Like, I don't need to, you know, solve bigger problems. And if I do want to go to the next level, I love the Raspberry Pi W 0. It's like, they've shrunken that thing down to where, you know, and I worked on Linux or Unix systems for years, so Linux and Unix, I'm very familiar with that and how Unix works and how to get program and all that stuff. And it's way more work to me to get a solution done. But like, one of Noodle Feet's recent projects is I taught myself Python in about a week, and you know, from Googling examples, but we got a solution together running on the Raspberry Pi, but the rest of it was like a Unix system that I was familiar with, and the fact that it's like size of a stick of gum was like a great boon for us. But it did more than what the Arduino could do or the Atmega could do for us, and it was all the solution I needed. It was like a full-blown, you know, Linux system running, and so whatever I needed to do, I could make it work. And so that's, you know, those two things, I'm just going to get really good at both of those and stick with them until, you know, I'm sure something better will come out and I'll go figure it out. But yeah, I don't like to just, like, another PSOC and another FPGA and stuff, and my head doesn't, you know, I got so many other ideas in my head. I don't really want to bog it down with learning somebody else's tool chain or the one gotcha where you're halfway into it and they're like, oh yeah, that's $200 for that license, and you're like, oh, put it all back in the box and send it back. So whatever. So PSOCs are nice. They have a bit of everything on them. Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. I think the PSOCs are nice, but yeah, you have to. I think had I had more experience with all that, I would totally agree with, like, that would just solve a lot of problems like that. But like I said, I spent the last 10, 15 years learning Arduino and Atmega, and so it took me a long time to feel like I was, like, mastering it. Like, I could always solve a problem with it by Googling solutions, but now I'm at the point where when somebody has a problem, I'm like, oh, I know all the things I'm going to do with that. I don't have to Google stuff as much. I already know whether I can or can't do something with the Atmel. And then I'm starting to get to that point with the Raspberry Pi of, like, can it do this or can't it do that? Or is it, you know, I just kind of know things. And so I feel more comfortable if I'm going to solve a problem with pick one or two things and get good at them. You don't need to chase every new product out. That's what those companies want. They want to market to you and tell you that their thing's like 10% better than the other guy, and then switch tool chains and then switch again, and you'll never really be good at anything because you're always chasing the next big thing. So, but yeah. So, I think they're coming back. I need to figure out how to get power to this thing, and then we'll get to the next step here because I'm hungry for tacos, and I would like this to light up today.
Power. What do you need?
I need a USB power. Do you have it?
No.
You ran away to get it, and then
No, I don't.
now you have a drink in your hand.
Yeah, I made a drink.
It was important.
We need power.
I have a drink.
Drinks
now?
are more important.
Yes.
So
Yes.
find something, or do you want me to hear you talk, and
Okay.
I'll find something?
Okay. I'm gonna sit down with my cocktail again. Hi. Okay, I've got a beer now, and should I turn lights on? I don't know.
No, you
Just
shrouded
leave it.
in darkness works better.
We shrouded in darkness, talking to the computer screen. We were chatting in the other room while I made this, and Matt is on his second Guinness now, so Friday is beginning. I can make my nut butters. I told them about the nut butters. What have you guys been talking about, Mark? Are you talking tech?
I explained how the baby gets out.
What?
How the baby gets out of the stomach.
Oh. What? Noodle is totally camouflaged.
It's good. Mark
And now
knows
everybody's
his...
convinced that babies are Time Lords. Alright, I need to find a USB cable.
Uvula.
Uvula.
I have no idea where you'd find a
I have
USB cable in this room filled with cables.
There's a box that says
I know.
USB cable somewhere up
I
there.
need a cable that's just like on the
No,
toaster.
it was down there, because when you got me a USB cable, it was down there. I see it right
Where?
now.
What?
Right there. Second.
I need a USB cable to sacrifice, so...
There's one in Toaster, but he does not approve of you taking it from his body bounty.
I
Bounty.
know I have I'm gonna probably take the ugliest cable I have. I know I have a shit ton of these. I have an entire box of USB-B
Don't
cables.
touch the poison.
Like 100 of them that somebody gave me. So I'm gonna cut this. I will cut you. Give me your board, and I'll solder this on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna program it, and it's gonna work. And then I'm not gonna give it to Matt because he's not a Cyclops. So we're gonna cook. We're gonna make peanut butter tacos.
I'm not going to make shit. I'm just going to sit and watch.
Okay, I'm gonna make.
And drink.
Matt's gonna drink, and he's gonna put his monkey on very shortly.
They don't need to know these things.
Details. Oh, the weird shit that happens.
Weird
here.
things happen. Baby sees LED. Liar, you said no drink until it worked. For shame. I did totally say that. I totally said that.
I'm a terrible influence.
He took me in there and he was like, bitch, open up a drink. And I took the dick out of the drawer and I popped the top off of a bottle and I started pouring it. And now it's in my hand and I don't regret it. I don't regret it, sir. It's been a long day. Me soldering tiny bits on the thing. Now what I'm curious to see is how many of the LEDs actually light up once he actually gets power to it and it's programmed. Because I was trying to make sure they got on and with the right polarity. So, Matt, see these tiny fuckers? On one side of them, there's a microscopic green dot, and you have to flip it over and see what side it's on before
That's
you
great.
put it on the board.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
That's what I did all day. It's fun. It's actually super fun.
You saved the paint nuggets.
Yes, those are me and Tony's paint nuggets.
Yes, they are.
We have better ones, but they're at his house. We used actual foam for the second round because those they shattered.
Yeah, you told me that.
And we streamed that, so you guys saw that. We weave these foam balls out of that long. It's the stuff you stick in the seams of doors and windows to make sure that the air doesn't get
weather
in.
stripping.
They have like a foam kind that's made out of.
I know what you're talking about. It's like a dampener strip.
I think so.
I don't know what it's called. I know exactly what you're talking about though. It's it's like the coarse foam.
It's like
it's really
Noodle's
porous.
feet. It's the same material as Noodle's feet.
Yeah.
So we weaved balls out of that, and then we dipped them, and they held. They didn't destroy themselves. And they held the
Well,
paint.
yeah. They'll hold their shape, and they'll also hold a lot of fluid.
And they bounce.
You wanna say that again? With the most raspy voice I've ever heard.
They bounce. They bounce.
They all bounce down here.
They all bounce down here.
Aren't you supposed to be doing something?
No, Mark's getting power soldering the
he's
board.
doing it. You're
I'm
just doing
entertaining.
nothing.
Yeah.
Good.
As usual.
Like, anytime I have to put a chip on the board or a resonator or program something, I'm like, Mark!
When are you going to learn these things?
I know how. I just
Never.
don't like doing them.
Okay.
It's not a matter of know-how, it's a matter of confidence. I'm afraid.
Excuse me?
What?
It's a matter
Not a
of...
matter of know-how, it's a matter of no. No. Have Mark do it.
Alright, this board will supposedly not explode if you put power on it.
Very good.
I need the power source.
Alright, good night, Adam. Sleep well, dream of noodle and solder crabs.
Here's a power brick.
And
Yeah. It's one of those USB
Okay, it's a
power
brick.
bricks.
Here.
They're very handy. Alright.
Did you drink that one already?
Oh yeah.
The second one?
No, the first.
Oh.
Alright, do you have like the camera on or anything?
What do you mean?
The lower camera?
Oh, you can switch. See, look, there's a bench view,
Oh, bench view. Okay, so
and then here's
so
your
I'm using one of these. It's got USB jacks on it. It's a battery, whatever. So I'm gonna plug this in. Let's put this here and see if smoke comes out. Let's move the solder aside. I don't think I need that. All right.
Wait, make sure it's on camera.
Well, I'm trying to get this where it won't fall off all on its own. So there's that. There's your board. Nothing will happen when I plug this in. So.
Look.
Ow!
Don't stick your fingers in the
In the
fan.
I'm not drinking.
I didn't
Alright, it's not smoking.
smoke.
Let's get the programmer on here. So you need to do this part.
Okay, I'm gonna pick something
So
to unplug so that I can...
unplug a USB device. You need like a big expander thing or something.
How do you not have a hub? It costs like $8.
I know. Does anyone want to get me a hug?
No, you fucking get it yourself.
I know. I just bought a bunch of shit. I have money.
No, for real. They have I think it's like a 15-slot powered USB hub on Amazon for like super cheap.
Alright, it's in.
This is not.
You might not be able to program with that.
Excuse me?
With this hole. I have to switch holes.
Why?
Because it's finicky like that.
Oh.
I have to put it in this hole, otherwise it doesn't program, and I don't know why. It's like a weird stipulation with my computer that I don't understand.
Thanks, Apple.
I don't understand why the holes are so finicky, Mark.
Thanks for variable standards. All right.
Okay. And you need the code back, yeah?
Yeah, bring up the code.
So here's the code. That's everything you need.
I'm going to set in my sketch. They can see this?
No. Should
No?
they see
Oh.
it?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So in my thing, in my OBS,
Oh, God.
see how it says desktop view?
Yeah.
That's the desktop view.
Oh,
now.
I'm like a million times. Okay. So they can see that now?
You should just create a scene that's just for that. And then you can switch that scene so that it doesn't copy your entire desktop, because they're probably seeing...
My programmer is correctly already ISP, because that's all we use. And then the board is not a Genuino.
You create a scene and you save it.
When we do a bare bones...
Sorry.
When we do a bare bones board, I do... so I just have a Atmega 328p, and I have a 16 megahertz crystal. I generally, and these are the boards that we make ourselves, we just use Arduino Pro or Pro Mini, because that's what those are. They're just the chip and the crystal, and anything else you put on there really doesn't matter. So I am going to select that as my board type, and then I have to go back into that menu again, and then below it now it says that the 4 options for Arduino Pro and Pro Mini are Atmega 328, 5 volts, 16 megahertz, which is what we're doing. But these are the other 3 options: is 3 volts, 8 megahertz, 5 volts, 16 megahertz of a 168, which nobody uses anymore. So that first option is the correct option. I know I have a crystal, so I'm going to go with that. And then I am going to burn the bootloader. So the problem is that this my programmer, and you can't see that, has a red light on it, which tells me that it's not seeing the correct voltage. And I think that's because when I put the programming header pin on the board, it probably glitched the board and caused the battery pack to like think that I shorted and turned itself off. So let me see if I can reignite this thing. Yes, is it green? Or is it not like that? Did something else happen here? Yeah, I'm not getting a green light here. Come on, you can do this. No, it keeps turning off. It's not happy. I don't know what the deal is. My programmer does not like this board.
Should I try a different hole?
I think you shorted.
What?
I think you have a short here.
Where?
You have some solder on the edge. That fancy silver ring you made in the board. So I need to here. Talk to your people. Read your chat. I'll be right back. Put your camera back.
Don't lose your beer. We're not bad at this. I'm here talking about how easy this
She's
board.
bad at a lot of things. This light looks terrible in the shot.
Here.
How do you not know these things? There you go. See how much more lit you are? And the light is coming from above, so it's not in your eyes, and you could look straight forward, and they don't see the light bleed.
I look so much more white.
No, actually, you look pretty. Not. I don't know. Okay, I got nothing. I got nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You look pretty something.
What are you?
You look like an animal.
You look like a color.
This is I'm gonna call this tungsten.
No.
Talk to your people, Mark. Figray says, thanks, Matt.
Exactly.
Everyone liked that.
You need a better light. If you're gonna do this.
This is just when it's dark. I'm not supposed to be doing this after dark. By the darkness.
Excuse me.
I'm supposed to be done.
If you're gonna do this, you do this whenever.
I know, but I like the natural.
You're
light.
entertainment now. You don't have a choice.
So better lighting and a better mic.
Yes.
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 All right. He says I need better lighting and a better mic, and you need better underwear.
I mean, nobody sees below the. They don't know you don't have pants on.
Yeah. This is true.
See?
I almost did my
The mystery. It's all about the mystery of what else isn't in camera shot.
It's intrigue.
Yes.
She has on red cheekies.
They have no idea what's like right there.
They're totally red cheekies.
I like how people move when I say move.
You have to move like a cow.
Move.
But yes, you need to.
Let's get this
It's not so much.
arranged. All right.
Light box, actually.
That's supposed to be.
Even so, even during the day.
Yeah.
Will it
I
stay
may use
powered?
light here, but to get a better.
All right.
You want to isolate
I think her board.
a normal look all the time.
I will.
The power supply does not want to stay powered, so something on this board is shorted out. I don't think this is gonna work.
What? What?
Something on your board has shorted.
Are you sure?
This thing's entirely not happy right now.
Are you sure? I did everything like I was supposed to.
Yeah, but like you have a lot of you know when you make whipped cream and you whip it till you get peaks? It's the pointy bits. She does that with solder, and you're not supposed to do that. So,
Quit peeking your solder.
yeah, you're peaking your solder, and I'm gonna fire you
If I had solder
from your
crabs.
solder job. All right, I'm gonna go look at this under the microscope again.
Okay.
So,
If I had solder crabs to do the soldering for me, then I wouldn't have this
Do the
problem.
job for
You don't know anything about solder crabs because you still haven't read that goddamn book.
There's solder crabs in a book?
I told you there's like a bunch of robotics in that book that are things that you would make.
So
if you could make them.
I told all of them about the fact that you keep recommending books to me and I keep not reading them because I'm
Yep.
a dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
So apparently, one of the books that he recommended to me had solder crabs in it. And
Well,
and
not necessarily. They were things that could be crab-like that could probably handle solder.
well,
They weren't solder crabs.
the crabs that I invented today in my imagination head were like microscopic crabs that roll in molten solder.
That's not it.
They do this with their little bits, and then they get a bead on them. It like wicks around their body, and then they walk over to the pad, and they just kind of like do the thing that the bird does when it's doing a bird bath. And in their pincher, they hold the little like rectangle like surface mount component, and then after they've like wet the pad and they get it all nice and sticky, then they push the piece down, and then you don't have to solder.
How do they do
anything.
this with pincers?
They just hold the piece. Like, they take one of these little pieces of dust, and then they pick it up, and they walk it over, and after they dip on the pad and get it all nice and sticky with their solder, and they just kind of press it down.
Dip on the pad.
They dip on the pad, Matt. It's a thing. I'm gonna draw this. They have to have purple UV eyes.
Okay, yeah.
Wizard eyes.
Wizard eyes.
Yes.
Don't you look at me with those wizard eyes.
Yes. Because purple means that you can see into that person's soul. That's what that color means. It's like an evolution fact.
Yeah. Okay. You're really bad at reading anything that I send you.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. I'm gonna disagree. I don't mean it. What are you guys talking about? Oh, Vi says that I'm not alone at sucking at soldering. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my not sucking, or my sucking. It's okay to suck.
Do you use 20 for everything on this board?
20 what?
20 ohms resistors?
Uh,
Where's your 10K at?
10K what?
Resistor.
I don't have the 10.
Oh, you totally. Oh my god.
What?
Well, that's not gonna work.
What isn't?
You put
Papa Mark is mad.
just the LED resistors need to be 20 ohms. Not all the resistors need to be 20 ohms because other things on the board require certain values of resistor to do the thing they need to do.
Oh.
Okay, so I need to see your schematic. And I know on an at mega board there's at least what, 110K resistor for the reset line. And I don't see that on your board. They're all 20s, so I'm pretty sure you missed something here.
Okay. We're gonna do this.
You should switch your camera view back over.
No, not while I'm surfing through all my porn.
Oh, okay. Like they can't see your screen?
No.
Okay.
They can see us. Wait, are my boards still open?
See all that clown porn you've been looking at?
Is that
God,
this?
the clown porn returns.
Is it this?
Yeah, so move,
Okay.
scoot the whole thing up a little bit. Use your fingers. I don't care. What
So that
am I
they
looking
can...
at? Oh,
So you unplug my mouse. There.
alright. Just use your pad.
There.
There. Okay, so on an Arduino, right, we have this thing down here called, what is that? It's called reset.
Oh, it's
and
10K.
We pull it high. So R13,
Yeah.
I'm going to replace that with a 10K
Okay.
right now, and then maybe this will program. Maybe.
Papa Mark.
What?
Papa Mark
Papa
has
Mark.
to tell you how it's done.
Yep.
That's a good shot.
I
I'm
want
sure that they
tacos
really
so
like
bad,
that
I'm
shot.
kinda
What
grumpy.
shot?
The shot that you have on the screen right now.
The brown.
Yeah.
The brown
The
void.
dirty brown lines.
There's just... What can we put there that's
Show them your
entertaining?
awful thumbs.
Those?
Oh, they're covered up. Do they know how many times you've ruined your thumbs?
I'm sure they've noticed. People ask me sometimes. They're like, why is there tape wrapped around your thumbs? And I'm like, 'cause I destroy them with my fingers.
No, it's not that you destroy them now, it's that you destroyed them long ago,
Oh.
and they've never recovered.
Yes.
When are you going to build yourself new thumbs?
I don't know. When these ones
You need to
stop
make
working.
little like what would the rings that you wear that have like the little crack scoops. but like little
Oh.
shields to cover your thumbs.
Yes, that's what the tape is for. These are my
But
crack
that doesn't
scoops.
cover it.
These are my crack scoop thumbs.
The finger cots.
Is that what it
We
is?
found those at the art store the other day. I was gonna get them for.
These are my crack. Come here. Get on the thing. Crack scoops. Do you want to wrap my crack scoops? What are you guys talking about then? See, yes. Maker block purple does equal soul gazing. We unanimously decided this today in this chat. And 10k resistor strikes back. Yes. And no, the porn on my computer is not solder crab porn, although it could be. I could draw that. That could be a thing I draw. Should we check for the rest of this guy for different resistors? Mark, are there any other resistors that have different values?
That's a great question, and I think we should look real quick. So bring your schematic back up.
Okay.
All right, go zoom out a little bit
Okay.
so you can read the values. We know all of those.
So R1 through 12.
We know those are not.
So there's R.
Are there other resistors anywhere on your board? No.
No,
So it's just that one.
that was just the one.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna switch.
Let's pray this thing just will
Bench you.
respond.
I'm gonna disc jockey this.
All right, you can switch the camera over.
Do you know what that means?
Yes.
I mean, the appropriate term is DJing, but
Disc jockey this.
I'm gonna jockey someone's disc right here.
what?
Here. It's gonna be your disc, Matt.
I don't have a disc.
All right, I think something is shorted though because it's not. The power supply's not staying on.
It could be dead.
This thing? No, I've been using. It's got 3 bars. It just doesn't like the load. Oh, green, 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 green. Is it staying on? It's staying on. Okay. Switch me back to Arduino. So I have my finger on. So I'll talk about this clamp in a minute. But got my finger on it. I'm gonna scoot it over.
Alright, you want to upload
There we
IOToast?
go. So do Sketch Burn Bootloader.
Sketch, burn,
I'm sorry, Tools Burn Bootloader.
burn, bootloader. Oh fuck. My mom!
Your
No!
mom's annoying.
I was gonna say.
No! Shit!
Sorry, Mickey. All right.
I keep
Alright.
hitting accept on accident.
You hit accept,
Yes!
and then you hung up on her.
Yes!
Jesus Christ.
After Mark said your mom's annoying.
Oh no.
Shit! No! I have to upload this.
Sarah's mom. Me and Sarah are really busy right now, so please don't call us for another half hour.
Wait, she's not watching me.
I know. I'm just
Wait,
like
where
I
does
want
it
to just
say
say
burn the
that
bootloader?
at the bottom of Tools.
Upload using programmer.
No.
What?
Burn. You have to burn a bootloader before you can burn it.
Burn bootloader?
This sets the actual flags for 16 megahertz.
It says it won't.
I can't find any USB Tiny.
That's for a tiny USB.
What do you have?
I'm not using it's an App Mega, not an AT10.
No, but why did it come up that way?
I don't know.
It's a Pro Mini.
I don't know.
What jacked crap is that? Get board info. Oh, it's trying to use the serial port. That's dumb. Okay, let's try just burn bootloader again. Maybe it was just a loose
I need the
connection.
rest of my beer.
I don't know what that is.
Ah!
Could not find a USB Tiny device. But I'm not doing that. Yeah, Arduino's got some quirks to it. I don't like their IDE at all. What can I do here? Holy crap. Oh, because it thinks somehow. I think she accidentally changed the programmer because we're using an MK2 right there. Okay, so I think the programmer changed by accident, and then it's trying to talk to a AT Tiny because that's what that other programmer is. All right. It's doing it. It says done burning bootloader. So one of these. What? I would think one of these would flash. It's not. Okay. So we're now going to burn the actual sketch. So on a normal Arduino, you use a serial port to upload to your Arduino, but since we use an AVR programmer, we just burn directly to the thing using the SPI or ISP connector. So I'm going to upload using programmer, compiling, uploading, done uploading. All right, so supposedly I Have Toast is now doing exactly what it needs to do, but not. So whatever, do you have a mode pin you need to set here, or?
No, it should just go on. Because that goes on once it's on. The toaster code does.
So your board, something about your board is not running.
What about I Have Toast 2? Let's try that.
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Maybe.
You have other, so whatever that was isn't the thing?
Maybe. I don't know what's different about these
let's
two.
load this up. Let me put the connector on.
Okay,
All right.
upload that.
There. Press that down. Sketch. Upload using
This is how my
programming.
stream goes every time. Thank you guys.
Programming.
I hope you guys
Done
have
uploading.
your 5 o'clock here.
No, I Have Toast.
What?
Did you put your LEDs in the right direction?
I did them the way you told me to.
I'm pretty sure you probably ignored that advice.
No, I did exactly what you told me.
I have not a single LED lit here, and that's for a chip that says it's working. That's really odd.
Do you want to flip one of the LEDs and tell me, right, flip one of them. Here.
Or this thing.
This is still on. Pull one of those LEDs off and flip it the reverse direction. Do that one, and if it lights up, I'm going to slap you because I asked you.
Let me inspect these in the microscope. I'm not soldering anything here. I can't see that.
I can.
Well, we already know it can't solder, so okay.
I can solder fine. Those For those of you out there who also have creamy whipped tips, whipped creamy,
Whoa.
soldery whipped creamy tips. Whoa.
Oh my god.
I don't want to know.
Alright.
It's okay if the tips of your solder look like whipped cream.
They're all backwards. You did not heed anything I said.
You told me the
No.
flat end of the T-bar is on the same side as the chunk on the solder mask. And
We all know.
It's not?
No, that's how I did it. Because that's what you
Oh.
told me.
Because that's you. I'm pretty sure that's how I do it.
He told me to do the wrong fucking shit. I did exactly what you told me.
Well, I'm sorry then.
You need to flip all of those right now. That means all of these ones are wrong too. Hi. Anyhow, there's a chat somewhere buried underneath all of these windows. There is a chat.
Why do you neglect your chat?
Cause
You hear that, chat? She neglects you all the time.
Chat. Poor chat.
fuck,
God damn it.
fuck. Should I just take the call?
Yeah.
No.
You guys want to talk to my mom?
No.
Should-
No. I'm not
Tell me
even
you're
gonna
live on
shot.
the internet.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi! You're live on the internet. Don't say anything you would regret.
Okay. What's going on?
Nothing. What's up with you?
Oh. Just coming home from dinner.
Yeah?
Yeah, Daddy and I sat at the bar at Nora's, had a salad and a steak.
Yeah?
Yep. I hear Mark laughing in the background.
Yeah?
Don't pay him any money.
Why are you laughing?
Because you're live on the internet.
That's okay. I like being live.
Okay.
Better than being dead.
I can't hear you.
Well, I guess I'll talk to you later.
We're trying to get one of my boards working, and it's been entertaining.
Okay. It's entertaining? Okay. Alright.
What?
Well, what?
Creamy whip tip.
So what are you doing tonight?
Matt's over right now. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. I still haven't seen you in person with your bald head.
Yeah.
Wow.
We need to do that at some point.
I know. We'll have to do like a Margarita Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to take off work. That sounds good.
we'll have to Uber.
Yeah, we'll have to Uber that one.
Yesterday ended up being Sake Thursday.
I am always okay with Sake Thursday.
I didn't even know it was going to be Sake Thursday.
That's the best thing about Sake Thursday is it could be any day.
It just
I know,
happens.
It just crept up on me, you know?
That's the best when it just happens naturally, Mom.
I know.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm
well,
Mark told me to solder all my, well, he didn't tell me, but he verified the wrong way in which to solder microscopic LEDs to the board, therefore I soldered them all in the wrong orientation on 2 boards. And I have to pull them all off and then reverse their polarity before the board works.
oh, that doesn't sound like fun.
No. No. It's and apparently I have whipped creamy tips on all of my solder joints.
Oh, that sounds like a lot more fun.
Yeah, doesn't it? I wish.
It does, really. Yeah, whipped creamy.
Yeah.
Whipped creamy McDreamy. Alright.
All my solder joints have stiff peaks.
I don't even want to go in that direction.
You know what stiff peaks are when you're like whipping eggs
Kind.
and you're making a meringue? There's like soft peaks
No,
and stiff
you gotta
peaks.
Whip it
She wasn't
good.
thinking about eggs.
Oh,
Do. Whip it good.
Matt just told me no one's thinking about eggs or solder.
No, you have to whip it to very, very stiff peaks.
What the nuns used to tell me.
Alright, guys.
Mark says
I'm
that's what
pulling into my-
the nuns used to
I'm
tell
pulling
him.
into my garage, so. You have fun with that one, alright?
Oh, we are. It's the best.
Okay, just remember what my necklace says.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
It says something about fucking.
Fuckity fuck.
It says something about
Fuck,
fucking.
fuckity fuck.
My mom wears a necklace that says something about fucking.
It says fuck, fuckity fuck.
Yes.
So,
All right.
Everyone
guys.
say bye to my mom. I love you, Mom.
Okay, I have to tell you, my new necklace says there once was a woman who says, fuck this shit, and she lived happily ever after.
Those are the best words to live by.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll show it to you when I get it. Okay? Have fun, guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you too.
Okay, I'm
See
gonna
you,
go get
Mickey.
a glass of wine and watch Jeopardy. Jeopardy.
Sounds like a great evening to me.
Jeopardy.
Really?
Jeopardy. 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 Bye.
Everyone says bye. All the chat says bye.
Bye.
We all say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mom. I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Yeah. Get your Trebek on. Anyways.
Oh, it's Friday.
Friday is on.
I like to lie naked in bed while watching Jeopardy.
Me too.
All
As long
right.
as you rub the peanut butter on the right place.
You have to put the
yeah.
you have to put the peanut butter on the stiff peaks before you watch Jeopardy in bed.
It is what the nuns told me. Okay, this still does not light up.
That Guinness.
So should I try some more segments?
It doesn't. That piece doesn't. Would you reverse one and test
Do you have
it?
more LEDs?
Not of that
It's
color.
kind of risky to like take LEDs off because you cook them. You're not supposed to overheat LEDs, but
I mean, no, because
Like-
that's what's left of the orange ones. That's it.
right. Let me flip a couple more of these and see if something happens.
Chat, I'm
many-
losing my
We'll call it
LEDs.
How many did you flip?
Just 2, 1 bar worth.
Oh, try it then.
Let me try another
Is
bar.
it still not working?
It didn't come on, so let me try another bar.
You drank that second one already?
This is your fault.
Everything's my fault. I accept it. Oh god. That was loud.
It's for the ASMR, for people that aren't watching the stream but just enjoying
The audio?
the audio story evolving.
That was my mother. Her name's Mickey, and she's hardcore.
She's something.
she's
It's something, that's for sure.
she's a human eater. She'll watch out. She'll chew you out.
Yep.
Watch out, human eater.
Oh, god damn it.
It's funny, like I declined her call like 100 times during this stream.
You also accepted her call one time.
Yes, so
And then hung up on her promptly without saying anything.
Mark said your mother's annoying, and then I hung up on her.
Oh god.
And she still called back and was like,
And didn't even care. That's Mickey.
"Are you kids doing that soldering robot stuff?" No. Jeez. Saturday, where I live. Oh man, Alex, it's Saturday where you live already? Shit. Man,
See?
it doesn't light up. Turn them
Lynch
off.
has the right thing. Don't neglect your chat. They want to participate.
Let's cook some LEDs and make a delicious dinner.
You should have taken questions from the chat to ask your mother.
Oh shit.
You missed these opportunities.
Wait,
That's right.
who asked my mom a thing? Wait, focusing too much
Nobody
on pronoun. Wait, me to ask totally Midwestern people trying to correctly pronounce croissant. What? Too much on pronounce. I agree. We shouldn't focus on pronunciation. I think older Americans tend to say sake. Not sure why. Like there's sake. Sake pronounced sake, not sake. Sake is the thing that you drink when you want to hurt your.
When you want to enjoy life. We need to do sushi.
Oh god. Our sushi restaurant has all you can drink sake at it. Hey, I was mentioning our sushi place to somebody in the chat. I think it was Maker Block, if he's still there. And I was talking about how they had all you can drink sake and that it's an excellent place to go if you want to fill yourself to capacity
It's very good.
and be looped while you're doing it. You can fill yourself with the amount to like counterbalance the alcohol that you're taking in.
No.
We're whipping tips, Mom. No, it doesn't counterbalance. You're correct, Matt. You just think it is.
Yes, and then you leave, you Uber home, and then you die.
Then you put on your monkey suit.
Yes, we need to do sushi. That means we need to go to the sushi place that's amazing and get sake.
Yes.
And yes,
It's good.
it's very good.
They have Tobiko there, which is my... Do you want to get my Tobiko? It's like right there.
Excuse me?
I have a Tobiko. Look
I
for
don't
it.
know what that is. What?
Flying fish eggs.
Oh, this.
Yes. I knew if you looked, you'd
Noodle says he
recognize it.
approves because it's got the word toe in
This
it.
is for Noodle.
It's Noodle's Tobico.
It's a Tobiko. This is one of my favorite
Gee,
things.
look how bad that light is here.
It's like having
All right,
an
this is
entire-
like my final bid to see if this works at all. Because at this point, I won't give a shit anymore. Or we try I Have Toast 1 again.
And I'll be in... Shit, you guys need to hit us up when you're in town. We'll totally
Yes.
get sushi. We'll get sushi and we'll come back to this room and I don't know. We'll make...
You be in Las Vegas in June?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's coming up.
Sushi and sake.
Well, we need to do get...
Oh
we need...
god, June's gonna be terrible though.
Why?
Because hot awfulness.
It's not that hot yet. It's just starting to get hot.
Well, yeah, I guess.
It's not quite. In July we do the
Yeah, it's more August.
we do the Harry Undy night in the kiddie pool in July.
Oh God, are you gonna stream that?
We could.
Are we gonna stream a kiddie pool night?
Yes.
We totally should.
Yes. I'm in.
So in July, we fill a giant kiddie pool out on the patio right here outside the workroom, and we drag a flat screen TV out there, and we put on like Harry Potter, and we sit.
Last year we watched Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
But yeah, Harry Potter's a good one.
And then we sit in our underwear and we drink and we
Yes.
we try not to be hot. I was in my underwear.
Well, that's because you didn't have a bathing suit because you haven't bought one in like 3 years.
Longer than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 8.
Because you buy fucking trash bag jackets.
I like my trash bag jackets.
Give me that.
No.
Oh.
Right, put it back. It's got. I
No,
don't
no,
want
I'm gonna put it back.
I don't want to get lead all over it. Not that I put that in my mouth or anything, but I might. Even though it's a pin cushion.
You might.
The eggs are pins, so they're like the ball end of pins, like push pins, and it's a pin cushion.
Alex in the chat has been asking, does Noodle react to music? He asked earlier as
Oh,
well.
I'm sorry. No, not yet.
She's fucking terrible with chat.
Sorry. I can't see that far.
Oh my god.
I have to get this.
You need glasses.
Like this is reading distance for me. So if you want to see like
Blind.
one of my eyes for like 30 seconds at a time while I answer
I need
questions.
to get you one of those giant magnifiers just for that half of your screen.
Just there, I can read now.
Oh my god.
No, he doesn't respond to music yet, but he is going to respond to visual cues.
He should only respond to good songs. Like you should incorporate class taste. No. You should incorporate an algorithm that decides if something is tasteful or not into his code, so that he only dances to like music that's actually good and
To
nothing.
him, it's music that's good to Noodle.
No.
Yeah, like he decides. I like put some random arbitrary like terms in there, and then those terms just dictate what he likes, but it's not what I have any way of anticipating he's going to like.
Fun.
Yes, it is, because then I'll be like, Noodle, you like things with a tempo between these ranges that have blah, these like whatever, and then when he hears that, eventually he'll be like, this is my jam,
Yes.
and I'll be like, really, Noodle?
Okay. I'm back on board.
Like Wu-Tang Clan or whatever, or
Hey,
Kanye
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with.
Kanye West, what the fuck, Noodle? Kesha. Oh man.
Glad I'm entertaining.
Who? Oh, wait, what? What are you reading?
Wow, she's so blind.
I hope so. Wait, does Noodle have
Yeah,
similar?
just make chat. Cheese has the right idea. Make the font bigger, Sarah, please, for the love of God.
Shut up. I don't know how to do that. Oh wow, I'm really. Wait. There's pins that make the whole thing. Yeah, it is a pin cushion. Just make chat bigger. Get one of those huge LED scroll bars and use that for chat. I should. That is a good
Why
suggestion.
did your light just like...
Because our electricity's fucked up.
Okay.
Matt might just be my favorite character in this sitcom. Ah! Aww.
I have one fan.
You need to come back.
Why? You're my one fan.
You need to come back to my Discord and hang out, man.
I'm just busy after work. I'm busy hunting monsters, alright?
Oh, so
I got shit to
is that
do.
what you call it now?
I mean, I'm actually hunting, so...
Monster hunting.
Yep.
Arcanine.
I can't help that my life revolves around video games, alright?
Yeah.
I am garbage. I know I'm garbage. That's all that matters.
He needs to do a video game stream.
No.
So Matt is the person that I've talked about, like in previous like things that I've done, where he plays all the video games and brings the good stuff over and then introduces us to it. Those.
Control plus. Where's... I don't know how to work this. She doesn't have a control button because it's a Mac. So I would... Oh, never mind. I'm retarded.
Yeah, I do.
Nope, that doesn't do anything. I don't know how to work this right here. Oh, I need to drink more.
Me too. I've only had one beer. You've had, this is your third, right?
Yep.
He's getting lit.
A little strong and independent, yes.
Wait, who's strong and independent?
Noodle.
Noodle, yeah.
I am getting them because I am orange.
Yeah.
Although right now I'm more of like a peachish.
Yeah, no, orange. Don't be mean. So if we do get the boards working, Matt gets the board, the orange board.
But you won't get the boards working.
So you get nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing.
You get nothing, sir. Good day. You drank the fizzy lifting drink, and you get nothing.
Good day, sir. Thank you.
Good day, sir.
Thank you, Willie. Your fizzy lifting.
That is something we should do soon. We should watch.
Willie?
Yes, because I haven't seen that in forever.
This is a secret. I have the biggest crush on Gene Wilder.
That's not. Well, I guess
Ever.
this is a secret to them. It's not a secret to me.
People, I mean, you've known me forever, but people, no one knew in my life.
Gene Wilder is definitely her brand of.
I love him.
Yeah.
Like, he's my kind of guy. He's...
Hi, hello, I love you. All right, well, Lynch, we love you too.
Hello. Happy Friday. Cheers to everybody who's having, I don't know, their second 5 o'clock beer since it's 7 now. Wow. Shit. Sorry this is running over.
She's not.
She may not get them working, but that's what friends are for. Aw. They're for Gene Wilder. Oh,
Wow.
he did die.
Yes, he did. That was a very sad day.
I was depressed all day.
That
and week.
I think it was that and Bowie that like were the most upsetting.
What did we call the other guy that was so funny?
God damn it!
And we couldn't.
You talking about fucking? Oh my god.
Alan Rickman?
Yes, because you're a terrible person. You couldn't remember it was Rickman.
No, we
Not
called
Ricktum.
Rickman?
Yes, you kept calling him Alan Ricktum.
No, it wasn't even Alan. It was
No, it was.
It was something else. It was something else. Ricktum. Alan. Rickman. Alan.
No,
Ricktum.
that's his actual name.
I was calling him something else. Ricktum. It was something else. Ricktum.
Call me Ava. All right, I will remember that. Sorry about that.
I mean, it's Gene Wilder. I'm not complaining about the stream length. Cool. Cheers, Vi. Hopefully you have a beer too. I was having a crappy Friday. Sat in the shed doing maths. Math course. Oh god, that's definitely not a fun Friday. And you guys have cheered me up. Aww.
2:50 a.m. Trooper.
No.
Al in Ricktum. Yes. Yes, Ava.
Cheers. I'm glad I don't know, we could make the math a little bit more enjoyable. I hope the rest of your weekend goes better and sleep well. And,
Yes.
And have happy dreams that don't include my mother or anything like that.
Prince. Oh, yeah, Prince was really, really upsetting as well. You are correct.
It was
No, you're right. We lost so many good people in like 1 year that it was hard to keep track of all of them.
Prince, David Bowie, Alan Rickman, and
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh, and then last year we lost someone important to me.
Who was that?
Chester Bennington.
Who's that? I don't think we ever talked about that.
Linkin Park? The lead singer from Linkin Park?
I listened to Linkin Park. I didn't really follow them until later on.
I
That's
love
sad.
him.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was depressing. But enough depression. Cheese helped me yesterday a bunch. Like, I was having issues getting my flex sensors to work, and he, like pointed out a bunch of shit in my code that I wasn't paying attention to, and I tweaked the things he suggested, and then it worked. So I'm just introducing for future reference.
Cheese is keeping chat good.
Cheese is keeping it real.
Same thing with Gray. Same thing with Eva. Ava. I'm sorry, not Eva. That is not how you pronounce that. Billy Mays in 2009. Right. Wow. And MJ. Fuck, that was a bad year too.
MJ.
Michael Jackson.
I know. We saw the show here and it was like terrible.
Oh,
It was
really?
so bad. It was so bad.
The
Ah,
show was good. The technical was bad.
The people in it were like awful.
that's sad. It's sad that I came to Michael Jackson so late in life. Like, I really wish I had.
Shit, man. I know like all of his songs by heart.
Well, I mean, I do too, but I didn't. I knew his popular songs. Like, I didn't know anything more than that. It's kind of like Bowie too.
What?
Oh, it is Eva. Okay, I thought that it was Ava as in Evangelion.
That's okay. His name's pronounced Matt.
Does Matt know about Soldering?
Yeah, he does.
I haven't ventured down that path, but give it time, sir.
No, that's
Or
me.
madam.
Me and Mark did that thing.
Oh, I don't know about Soldering then.
So back when I was younger.
I cheated the shit out of myself like 3 days ago. It was pretty great. I mean, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Don't do that. That's bad.
Nah, it's fine.
No, don't.
She lives life way too safe.
Uh,
I'll call him mate from now on. All right. And I'm gone.
That's how you make an exit.
Yes.
Over your face and then you run away. That's how you have to exit a room from now on. We go shopping.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
This is a weird. It's a weird thing.
It's the best thing. And we try on all sorts of shit in all the stores.
Yeah.
And then I buy things that I shouldn't buy, and so does
Yes.
he.
Very good.
But
You're going to one of those things tomorrow, right?
I might.
You might.
I might.
You might.
Yesterday I felt like I was coming down with a cold, and today I've been feeling better.
Yeah, I've been feeling
All right.
that too.
This will either work or it won't, and I think at this point is when you're done. So,
Please.
All right, Papa Mark
Come
back
on,
to save
Eyes.
the day again.
Daddy.
switch your camera.
God, it's what he's always wanted.
Daddy. Back on the bench, you.
Yeah.
Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy.
Get this shit working. Flip your board. Flip it, mister.
I'm gonna flip it next.
Oh.
No.
What?
Garbage.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
It won't stay powered on. That usually means this says this is shorted. It's not happy.
But why? Are the boards shorted?
There is a short on your board somewhere. So, it flashed. So, it's trying.
Did it go on for a second?
Yeah, it went on for a second. Well, now it's staying on.
Don't beat up my eye.
It's only one.
Don't beat it.
The power supply's staying on, so whatever it was, fried itself, but I don't know if it's the chip or... Chip's a little warm.
Did you solder the chip wrong?
No, the chip isn't correct as far as it looks like.
Or the...
We might have... The thing is, you have... I think your top layer is like 3 volts and the bottom layer... I don't know. Did you do it that way?
I don't know.
I think you did, and so you might have shorted just your fab out. Which is generally a bad thing.
Short and fab.
Oh,
Yeah,
it went
see,
on for a second.
It tries, and then it just won't stay on.
What does that mean?
I do not know.
No.
Do you think this is the right code? Do you remember what you ran?
Is it 2 that's on there? Did you upload 2?
It's the thing. We could try a different one.
Did you put...
You're on 2 unless you changed it earlier.
No.
Yeah, we had gone to 2 and we went there.
I don't know which one is... I don't know what's different about them, because it's been so long.
I mean, the chip programmed, so it worked that long. But it's definitely not running. I don't know. There's nothing...
Is this why you don't... Why don't you have that over? You literally sit on your
Because
desk
it's just
right
my
there.
mom spamming me.
Or me.
Yeah, now it's not staying on again, so... I don't know.
Was there just a thing of baby powder right there?
We're making gesso.
I knew that you used
It's
baby
not
powder for
from
something,
the-
and I couldn't remember what it was. It's just...
You're gonna need to, like, triage this board.
But how?
You're gonna probably pull off a lot of components until it starts to work. Like, I would take all the resistors off.
Why?
And then, or throw a scope on it, maybe.
No.
Oh, see, it flashes. It's trying, but I think something's loading it down, and then the power supply shuts off.
Says most of the USB power banks will shut off with less than 50 to 100 milliamps or so.
This thing should light up enough. It stays on for 5 seconds, so it should stay on long enough to run. But you're right. Like, we might just plug this into a regular 5-volt supply, and with a thermal camera, if there's a hot spot, I will see it. So that's the other option.
William, the lemon
I think
pepper
you're
chicken
next.
was awesome.
Yes, it was. Thank you for that recipe. I think we should do another podcast later
Okay.
tomorrow and then getting it working. But it ain't doing.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
not happy. So, I'm hungry for tacos. So I'm going to go make tacos now.
Alright, I'll sign off.
All
I'll say
right.
bye to everybody.
All right. Sorry, it's not doing the thing.
I'm sorry. Were the LEDs on the wrong way?
They were all reversed. Sorry. The other advice I should have given you, and I probably did tell you the TU is wrong, is on the top of these LEDs, and a lot of them, there's a little tiny dot on your bar end. And you have to look under a microscope to see it. That's the other way you know. So I probably gave you shit advice. So I'm sorry. So it's all my fault. I'll take the blame. I'm going to go eat tacos.
I'm gonna go make nut bars.
Peanut butter bars.
But yes, thank you for the advice on making the lemon pepper chicken. It was smashing.
It was very good.
We ate the shit out of
Yes.
it and saved the recipe in our stash of recipes for the
it's in our
future.
stack.
And good night, Eva, whatever we've decided on. I'll say Eva. Like, thank you for staying with us and keeping us company. Sleep well. Dream of Noodle
Yes.
massaging you with his feet. Yeah. They said the power supply seems worth considering before ripping out parts.
I was using this earlier to test.
Do you want to try it on the
Something
bench? The
else.
bench power supply?
Do we have it set up?
Just run it over there. Just take it over there and plug it in.
Oh, you put it back.
Just run it over there and test it and see if it works or not.
I gotta get power onto this thing. How am I gonna do that?
I don't know.
It's a different set of wires. All right, I'll try it one more time.
Tacos. Podcast or stream? It's gonna be a stream. I'll probably stream tomorrow at some point. Good night, Thomas. Good night, Cheese. He's gonna do give one more shot at getting it to do with the bench supply, just to weed out the possibility of it being the brick, the power brick. Yeah, but tomorrow at some point in time, if we get these working tonight or tomorrow morning, then I will do a follow-up on this and show them doing what they're supposed to, and I'll probably solder up a few more with the alternate colors, because this one's green, it just needs resistors. And I'll probably do a set of yellow, and Mark said he found some blue LEDs that I can go ahead and test out. I don't know when, probably around 1 in the afternoon. That seems to be like a good, my shooting time. Oh man, Alex asked how many languages I can speak. I can speak English and some German. I can yell at people in German. Although I haven't used it in a while, so it feels kind of like cheating to say that at this point. But yes, thank you for keeping me company. Like, you guys who have been here for the past couple hours, thank you for cheering us on as we try and troubleshoot this, or while Mark tries to troubleshoot this, and for meeting my mom and Matt and stuff. We're gonna go make our tacos and nut bars, and I'm gonna go have a second beer because it's Friday, and that seems like what I ought to do at this point. Because I have to reverse all the LEDs on this board now. Oh, look. Aw. The boards will come already assembled. If you get a set of these maker block, they will already come with the parts on them. So you won't have to solder the chip on. They'll just come ready to go. And the chip will have the code on it that tells it to do what it's supposed to. So it'll already be capable of making all the facial expressions like Toaster over there. Who's not on. But he's in the darkness with Noodle. Alright. Ciao, Marcus. Dream well, Vi. No, Betty White is still alive. Yes, I will dream well knowing Betty White is still alive. Mark, is it working? And yes, cheese. There's a diffuser, so... Oh, man. Can I get the light behind this? There we go. So this is... It's a solid on the top, but you can actually see the light through this. And this thing clips onto the LED board, so it just presses in there, and it diffuses the board to turn it into like the segment display, so it actually looks like eyes. So the part that all of these projects that I've been putting together involve printing some portion of it. Like if you buy the board comes assembled with the code on it, and then you print some aspect of it, and then you take the board and the printed part and you put them together, and then you get like a robot or a mechanical thing or something that you can add to something else to make it better. I don't know. But the 3D printed aspect of this project are just these lenses, and they take about a half an hour to print a piece, and you only need 2. I might actually throw these up on my Tindy as well as add-ons for like a couple of bucks in case you don't have a printer, because it's just such a basic... There's no assembly required, so it's silly not to. But yeah. Mark, work harder, no tacos. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. Bist du schlafen mit mir? Yes, the code will be on my GitHub. It's not on my GitHub yet, but when I publish the instructions on how to add these eyes to one of your appliances, because you do when you get the boards, you will have to solder wires bridging them together, and then one of the options in the code is to put a momentary switch on the on 2 of the pins that are pin-outed to pads, and you can use the momentary switch to switch between expressions, and then you can modify the code to add additional expressions if you feel there aren't enough, or you come up with other ideas for like combinations for the segments. And it's not that hard to do. Like, I was able to do it, so you know it's not hard because you know my range of abilities. But that'll go up on my GitHub, and there will be a link to it as soon as I get that published, which again I'll try to have finished by the end of the weekend. That's my homework for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah? I think we need...
What?
Let me try this one more time.
Okay.
I think your code...
Is funny?
Yeah, it's not over drying. It's drying 20 milliamps, so... Which tells me it's probably not a shorted board.
So it's the code?
So something about the code.
Let's look at the code.
So let me, in Arduino, let's maybe reburn the bootloader again.
Okay. So tools, burn bootloader?
Yeah.
Or, well, burning bootloader.
Expected signature. Okay, so it didn't, hold on. Oh, I gotta make sure it stays powered. Here we go. It says it's green. Alright, go.
Red.
You did not hit the go button, so. Why are you taking so long?
What? Would you tell me when to go?
Just do it.
I won't do.
Alright, something changed. Try it again.
It's not happy right now.
No?
No.
Try it again.
The bootloader will not burn. Is Matt still on the potty?
Must be.
Oh man, I should go and scratch on the door. No.
Alright, so now it's just completely fucking not working at all. So, I don't know what changed on this, but something is not happy here. So, I don't know what to tell you, honey. You have a pile of crap for now, so I'd say get this other one maybe running, and then we'll figure out why.
I have to flip. You're gonna flip all the LEDs on that for me. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Sign off.
All right, all of you cool kids out there in Friday Land,
See y'all.
doing your Friday thing with your friends, or doing whatever you do. Alright. I think that's all she wrote for now. In any case, I know Mark needs to eat. I probably should eat. I need another beer. That means tomorrow, during the day, at some point, when we get this figured out, after the troubleshooting has ensued, I will do another follow-up showing this doing what it's supposed to, briefly, and then I will talk a little bit about it. Or at the very least, post pictures on Twitter of them working and what they look like with the lens on top. But yeah, look for these. Given that they work and they aren't like little pieces of shit, which I really hope they're not because I have 100 of them, these will be on my Tindy store in various colors, and they will be hand soldered by me and Mark, and you can put them on any of your appliances and stuff. Yay! So you can talk to all the things in your kitchen like I do. So, I don't know. Oh shit, I missed you! Ah! Hey Lord Greaser of Maggot! Crap! Ah! Well, hello, anyway, and cheers. Happy Friday. Alright. But yeah, I don't know, I'll talk to you guys probably either tomorrow, if not, maybe Sunday, and I might do some oil painting stuff because I need to pick up that portrait again, now that it's March. So yeah. As always, thank you for keeping me company. Enjoy the weekend. Go have another beer because it's Friday, because that's what I'm going to do. And I'll be talking at you. I don't know what that was. Oh, I think that was bottles. Matt?
What?
Say bye with me. I'm signing off.
See you later, chat. Cheers.
Yeah.
Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Have a good whatever the fuck day you're having.
Oh, yeah.
Or tomorrow, or the next day. Like, just have every day be good. It's all good. Wow. Fucking rude.
Mark says sign the fuck off already. So, but Mark says bye, and he loves you too. He's just angry right now because I made him work.
You made him do the bad stuff.
Do the bads. Alright. See ya. Wait. Stop streaming. Yes, stop.